You're watching the review of Liberian newspapers headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. Your spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace, Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
Yes, today is Friday, the 15th of May 2026, and the program is the Bottomline Liberia, or the platform is the Bottomline Liberia, and my name is Linford Agon Gwe, the only man from 3 countries. Yeah, I know you want to know those countries, right? Bon, Nima, and Grand Bassa County. So, want to say welcome to all of you. If you just joined me for the first time on this program, this is the Bottomline Liberia discussions. It's going to be very powerful discussion as we have several topics to discuss, and I don't know if we can exhaust all of these because Nigeria, things are always happening. And my colleague Paul the Lord Thursday is was in his studios in the United Kingdom, and of course, Japan Kamara will be joining us, and so it's going to be a big discussion right here on the Bottomline Liberia discussion. Paul, welcome to you, brother.
Well, my dear friend, good evening from my end, from the great city of London. The Lord Cholope, the friend of King Charles, is happy to be in the house tonight to have a fruitful discussion. And I just want to say it's Friday, and usually the people say, thank God it's Friday. And yes, because it's Friday, that's when we have at least 2 days break, Saturday and Sunday, to rest, and then back on Monday. So yes, it's good to be on Monday Living, my dear friend. It's good to be here tonight. How are you doing?
Sorry. I'm doing fine. And I will tell you I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine because, you know, tonight we're going to be having very tough discussions. And for those of you who are in the audience, if you want to know what we'll be talking about, stick and stay around your computer or your phone. And if you're driving, just hook that phone and follow the program. It's going to be interesting. I know Paul is all set to tell us some of what we'll be discussing tonight, but I'm basically fine because all is well, and we are moving to June, which will be the half of the year, and the Unity Party is still struggling, and they are like a drowning man. They're looking for something to hang on, and they're going all over the place, attacking people. Even if you dream your own dream that you have no control over, something that just happened in your dream, they will come and attack you for it. So we are moving, and pretty soon they're going to be out of here. That's why I'm counting the days in a week, or the minutes in a day, the hours, the days in a week, the month in a year. Now we are going to June, and 4 years will be gone, and then we'll have 2 more years left. Actually, basically, for them to rule, because the last year, which is 2029. That will be election time. They will be packing that low. For that, I'm very sure. There's somebody ask me who's going to win, but it's not my place to tell you who's going to win the election to come. But Paul, do you care to tell us some of what we'll be discussing tonight? And after that, we'll be taking a break and come back, and then we'll go into the actual discussions.
Yeah, so let me put the flyer up. This will be the discussion for tonight. We're going to start with President Boyka. President Boyka is a very interesting president, and he came up with some gaffe this few days, some interview he did. We're going to look at it, and the question here is President Boyka being naive about the Guinea situation that is happening? So we want to know what are the Liberia government has given that land to Guinea. We'll be looking at it. Something is not right. We'll get that. We'll deep into this story. Then about the 68,000 Burkinabe in Grangela County. What are they doing there? Where are they from? How they got there? We'll be looking at the Burkinabe situation. Then the situation with the first electrical plant in 2020, we'll be looking at that. This electricity situation and Jema had a lot of information on it. Then the situation with Samuel Toure. We will be diving into that as well. Then we end up with Mr. Cummins B. He was invited among CEOs of Africa in Kigali. We'll be looking at Mr. Cummins, the kind of network this man holds. Why is a Liberian not looking at him? We'll be showing some images. So that's the topic for discussion tonight, my dear brother. We'll be looking at a lot of stuff. So as we share the show, we'll invite people to listen to this. It's quite interesting, my brother.
And thank you so much, Paul, for that beautiful outline. And if you're joining us for the first time, we want to say here on this platform, we discuss the issue from tap to bottom or from bottom to tap. That's why we call ourselves the Bottomline Liberia discussions. And we do discuss with respect. We respect our guests, we respect our panelists, and we respect our audience. But we do go after individuals. I mean, not with disrespect, but if you fall in the news, because if you are a newsmaker, we'll go for you and we'll make a news about you. With respect, though, unless otherwise. But otherwise has not happened here yet. But I want to say, stay with us and take your seat. We're going to play a quick musical break. After that break, we're going to come back and then we'll go into our actual discussions for the night. At least you have a gist of what we will be talking about. So take your break, take a cup of coffee or something, anything. Today is Friday. Don't be shy. Thank God it's Friday, man.
It is indeed.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the phone. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you screw us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer, no work, for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock them for us. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The people fool us. The people lie to us. Through trials and tribulations, you have prevailed. The spirit is unbreakable, never derailed. With a rich heritage and culture and grace. Liberia, you are the land we embrace.
You are welcome to the Bottomline Liberia.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And so I guess by now, everybody knows that the Bottomline Liberia discussion is on, and we invite you to sit down and be with us, because without us, we cannot be here, and without you, we will not be here. Paul, welcome again, and our colleague Jemai is in the background, and those of you joining us for the first time, please help us to share the show and click on our link there, and whenever we come on, you're going to be notified. We are streaming via Facebook, and you can also find us on what you call that, YouTube. Sorry, there's so many other platforms, that's why. So YouTube you can find us on, and we have the online radio. Our colleague Chima Kamara is the one in charge of that. When he comes on, he's going to be telling us a little bit about how we can follow the online radio. That means if you do not have the time to see the show live here, you can also go on the online radio. There will be a repeat of it, and you can also follow us after we're done with the show. You can follow us on our page, and you can see it from start to finish, just in case you join us in the middle of the show. Well, enough said.
Yeah, it's enough said, and good evening to our audience. Welcome to the Bottomline discussion tonight. The Friday edition is always firing on a Friday edition where we have a full house, and we'll be looking at things, man. Liberia. And we'll be looking at other topics, but Liberia is the key. And I just want to put this topic off for viewers that just joining us to just have an idea what we'll be talking about. I think people have been following. We'll be addressing the situation with our president, Joseph Boyka, which is the main topic at the top of it. Something is not right with Joseph Boyka, and I will say it as the Lord Cholope and friend of King Charles. The one that feared nothing will be able to say it the way he see it. Something is not right with Joseph Boyka. We'll be discussing it on this platform tonight. I think Liberians made a mistake, in my opinion, and for Unity Party people that support Joseph Boyka, I want to come after me tonight because something is not right with the old man. I think we were lied to of this old man experience, and we'll be diving into the old man. Another thing is we'll be discussing tonight. I think Joseph Boyka sold 4 years to Guinea. That is my conclusion, because 3 months up to now that Joseph Boyka refused to tell the public of what they have done, what have happened. We don't know, but the news we're getting is not looking good. Lofa County is gone. To our beautiful Loma sister and Kisi sister, they're going to change their name from Kebe to Fanta to Coca-Cola. So everything is just gone. So join us tonight. It will be firing. But before we get into the meat discussion, wait for the entire team to be. So I think Joseph Boyka is a failure for Liberia, and this is a friend of King Charles talking. And I fear nothing.
I will stop you right there tonight. Tonight, the first night. I think we'll find here tonight because you say the Liberian people made mistake to elect this woman. No, the Liberian people didn't make mistake. And ask me why. The reason is that look, we've been yearning for leaders. We've been yearning for leaders. Of the other leaders came, they killed the other group came, they moved then they fought war and stay. We can learn and we can't get this leader. What will we do now? So even if Satan came from hell today and came and say I'm leader, maybe some people will say vote for Satan. Trust me. And this old man came with this 10-year experience. So this is a lie that is sold to the people. Experience, yes, he has experience, but what type of experience? This is the question they didn't ask. Because experience, it comes in different colors. You can have good experience and bad experience. And this old man, he grew up literally in government. He came from classroom straight into government as cadet. From there, he rose. He came to vice president. That all he knew, you move government from Liberia, the old man will not survive. So he knows all the loophole, where to get all the little, cut inside and what you can do. And the thing that people can say, oh, we don't know Paul Cholope, he say he want to be president. We know him. We don't know John Brown. And then John Brown will have been with you all the time. He knows what you're like. You're like t-shirt, you're like corporate rice. Okay? So you think you know the man, you know the candidate group, but the candidate knows you more than you know him. But let's say welcome to Chima Kamara. But my conclusion is on that topic is that the Liberian people did not make mistake. They were actually lied to because they have been looking for somebody that get experience, they got the experience. So now I'll leave it there. But Chima, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Good to be always here on the Bottomline. And it's nice to always discuss Liberia, which is our passion, and also we all discuss Africa as well. So good to be here, guys. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, welcome. Yes. And let's say welcome to Mafa. Mafa, that's your first time being here, but you are and you are is it your first time, but you are the I don't know how to say, but welcome anyway. So Paul, you're in flight.
Yeah, also before we get into our discussion tonight, I just want to tell everyone on tonight, I'm 110% certain that my beloved team, Arsenal, will become the next champion.
Can we discuss
my beloved team?
Listen,
But my man, but you might why Arsenal people can hear you?
My beloved team is like we go game on Monday. Or win the game on Monday. Listen.
But yeah,
we're just gonna cruise over the thing. And look, the big thing is after winning Premiership, I'm having a big party with all Arsenal supporters in my era here. That after 22 years, we have this trophy in our hand. That would give all the confidence that we're going to Bucharest to beat and PSG as well. So the confidence is just building on my dear brother. I know you don't want to hear it, but this is the truth.
No, people that are listening to you right now, you got to take them through to tell them where do you stand as Arsenal supporter, where you stand your position right now. You got 2 more games to play, and also you got somebody on your neck, which is Man City, Manchester City, who also have another game against you. So if you can clear that around, they would know where you're going. So you can tell the people, so you so excited about winning the trophy on Monday. So where do you stand right now?
There's 2 games left. The 2 games is clear. Arsenal is 2 points ahead of Man City at the moment.
2 points. Yeah, okay, how many games Man City has right now?
Man City they got 3 games to play. Right. So when they play, because they play Crystal Palace and won. So they got the week and they got Birmingham. No, it's 2 games left. All of them have 2 games each. So if Arsenal win the 2 games,
Arsenal win 2 games. Okay.
Yeah, of course, football. Yeah.
No, Arsenal won a game because then.
I said they're going to win the title.
How much of a Arsenal lost? If Arsenal lost the first one of the 2 games, what happened?
So we got Burnley at home.
Or losing that 2 games.
Listen now, we have Burnley.
What if there, because you're using supposition, right? So
No,
what if there you will lose the two
So
games?
let me lay out the thing. We got Burnley and Crystal Palace. City have Bournemouth and Aston Villa. That are two strong teams that want to be in Europe. Crystal Palace is in a UEFA, how they call it, conference final. Arsenal is also in a final. Now, Burnley is relegated and they come into the Emirates. So that would be a goal feast for Arsenal because, yeah, it would be a goal feast. So,
which you the
City
best?
in a situation now, they have to beat those two games. They have to beat their two games. And when we beat our game on Monday, it's over, my dear brother. It's over. So
You
it's
know,
over. Yeah.
I like to wind you up. You always say in the English country, say wind you guys up. In a sense, like you guys 22 years before I had my first, I think my last boy is 22 years. The same time you now have any Premier League title. So it's the same age for my son. So I wish you well. And this has been my biggest dream for you because you never go close to it. And I want to wish you well. So you will celebrate in grand style.
Even though it's not coming from your heart, but I say thank you.
I wish you well, the best of luck.
I know you want to thank you.
But you know, the thing is, I remember watching a video here in the UK. There was a guy who went to Arsenal Stadium. No, not Arsenal, Man City here in the Man City, right here in Manchester. You were begging Pep to please. If I watched the video, it went viral. They are begging Pep to let at least Arsenal win this game. Please, this time you want too many games trophy. Can you give this one, please, to Arsenal?
My content creator, man.
No, you was begging. You couldn't see the face. You were begging.
That, yeah, but this one. It's no serious. Why you show your face? Well, let's welcome Pataki. And those of you who can see, please just make a comment, say hello, or do something, or say something, and we'll recognize you as well. So Pataki, Mafa, and the rest of you guys are welcome. So guys, that was it. The Bottomline Liberia discussion. We can also play football right here. We can play the football right here in our mouth.
I just want to say something quickly, Linford, before we move to our main topic tonight.
Right.
Something quite interesting happening in the United Kingdom. And this is strange situation. It might be strange to many people to hear. You know, the current prime minister, he came to power on a landslide. Barely 2 years in office. The guy now, the people want him out. There's no joke. So I think you read it. Our dear sister Miata family, after they had a council election, and it's that May 10, you will say May 10 election, and Labour did badly because they are performing.
She lost.
The council, because Labour did so bad. The people now calling on the prime minister to step aside, but he cannot call election because he get 5 years mandate, right, to run the country. So
up to 2029, yeah.
Yeah, within the party, you have to have 80 MPs that sign to remove you. So guess what? Our dear sister Miata family was the first MP to resign because she was energy minister. She resigned, and then others started following. So today, they have one of the guy who should be the main contender, the health minister, who also stepped aside. But interestingly, the Senate mayor of Manchester, he is very popular within the Labour Party. So because they want him back in parliament, you have to win a seat. So somebody resigned from their post to get him to contest for that seat to be able to go into parliament to contest for the prime minister job. So this is quite fascinating. This is interesting, man. That's the way the English people, they don't joke. Go on.
Yeah, but Paul, he said something. He said this is strange because this guy won popular majority to become prime minister. But you know, your country, the UK, that one thing I noticed about them, it's like, you know, they don't take nonsense when it comes to politics, right? You will not have one guy there doing what he wants. That because I've been following from the days of Theresa May all the way to the other one in Johnson, Boris
Boris
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, and I could see that these people, they don't waste time. If you're not doing well, man, they want to kick you out. They're not going to wait for that 6 years or 9 year term, So, but it's the contrary to Liberia. So whether you're messing or Liberia, people will put their hand on their heads and cry and say, but what we'll do now? Let's just sit down and wait for the main time to finish. So
What the man killing you?
yeah, the man can say, but what we'll do? Let's just sit down and see. But guys, I think interesting tonight. But something just before we go to the main topic, because we are already out loud topic, but this one is just on a side key, right? The president, they said he has enrolled ERW staff into the civil service agency. I mean, you got other government entities struggling to take pay. They're not even getting money. ERW has been from the time we were baby. ERW has been private hospital all the time. They've been seeking, so I mean, in fact, they were having good support from the missionaries, and everything was all right. Government, look at GFK. GFK is not even surviving. All the government hospital. Then you go say you're taking what the people need ERW to put them on a civil servant. And what I make sense about Jima, I want to we'll go to the main topic, but we'll just brushing aside. It doesn't make sense. You got government hospital that is collapsing when you carry people, patients, no bed. Even if they prescribe penicillin, not penicillin too expensive, paracetamol, they say go to the Indian man drugstore to buy it. You go to all the government hospital, no bed, nothing. People die in front of the hospital. Then you go take ERW and you say you put in that staff under your CSA. I don't know how that arrangement would be. I saw the story. I was not even interested to read it because the headline alone blew me off. I don't know how you guys look at it.
Yeah, for me, I would see it as what is happening around here in the West, where you see big companies collapsing. So what the government will come in, they put in good money to survive, for the company to survive. So with the issue of what is happening right now in Liberia, the healthcare system is already in a deplorable state. So instead of putting, they call them, how do you say that? They put a fund out there to save this particular health agency, or the healthcare delivery system that have been there for generations, not to die. They don't have a cash to put up. What they will do, you will incorporate the staff into your workforce, so they can the mean staff will be able to survive. So let's don't forget that ERW is one of the best hospitals around in terms of healthcare delivery system in the country. They did well with that. Also, one of the best radio station ever had. So we need to understand the government is also there to help to revive dying companies. Big companies are happening here in the UK, where you see private companies are really dying down. And you look at the number of people that are in their staff wise, it takes a lot of social pressure from the government shoulders when you employ these people. So what the government would do, they'll bring in funds to able to rescue the company from falling. So what you do, you go in, they bring in a manager they call a crisis manager that will come and see how it can cut down costs for the company to survive. Because in Europe, if those companies die down, what happened? Most of those staff will go redundant. It becomes a social problem with the government.
The burden gets on government.
Yeah, the burden got worse. So what happened? This is what the government is trying to do. I don't know what the government intent was, but it also, if you look at it from social point, and I'm not looking from the political point, the social point, it also helped to give people job. It helped people to keep that particular health system in place. They help them to also be the hope of the people in our community. I was born and saw ERW running, and I have attended ERW 2-3 times for medical problem, and it helped, as well as Lucian in Phoebe Hospital. So those companies, those probably faith organizations, missionaries, they did well. Now, at the point that they can't help anymore, the government needs to come in and revive these companies. So I think for me, I see a strategy as a good strategy, and the government need to put in more money to the healthcare delivery system to keep our system going very well.
Paul, let me hear your take, and then we'll discuss this or what Alfonso said.
It would be another big government. So Alfonso said it well. We already get.
He's saying that the government is not. It's a bill out. It's not. Yeah, it's a bill out.
It's a bill out in a way. Yeah.
In a way because if you look at it, Alfonso, from my point where I see, if I want to address you directly, is we look at it from the point that you got a lot of staff. There are Liberians who are there in the hospitals working, and they've been working there for a generation. There are experienced Liberians, healthcare staff that need to also they provide service to the community. So you can't let those people. The government had a way to revive that company, that particular health agency, that health system. I think they should go for it. I will go for that and make sure we keep that healthcare system going. Because if you look at JFK and other countries, they can't even maintain the health. They can't even provide a proper healthcare delivery system for our country. We got Phoebe Hospital, we got EAW, we got other Kelly Hospital as well. Those are faith-based medical centers that have been providing healthcare delivery to our people for generation to generation. So if they are dying down, if government can come and build them out, yes, I'm with 150%. I do stand with them, the government on that level.
Okay. The intent of the topic is not actually to ridicule the action of the government, but my concern, I think somebody raised it here. My concern is if you're doing something like that, you already have all of government hospitals that are struggling. Do you have the funds? It's just my own concern. Do you have the funds to do it? And Jemai, you mentioned the West here. Yes, we agree. It can happen, but they have the means, they have the funds. So
to support
it's
good to discuss. Sorry, I'm going to just put in there. It's like, we always say on this platform, we got missed priorities. We miss our part. We do not identify what we've been talking about. We've not been looking at the key priorities in the country. We look at healthcare delivery system in Liberia. Should be a priority number one. I don't think that is on the list of the rest agenda. Healthcare delivery is key. We should be considered very seriously. Most of our people go out of the country for medical treatment, even for conditions that could be treated in Liberia. We got trained Liberian doctors and nurses, paramedical officers in Liberia that can do a lot of good job for our people. But they don't have the equipment. They don't have the resources to work with. So they intend to go fly out of the country and pay a huge amount of money. So therefore, the healthcare system will be good money to be put in there. Look at the budget, the total budget. Like there's a new one. I don't know what kind of budget they came up with recently. They're talking about putting some more into healthcare to build or to boost up the healthcare system. They need to do that. Agriculture, healthcare, road, education. Those are key things. Impactful. If you start feeling it, I was talking to I was speaking to sometime Paul here on the platform. One thing we need to do is like government needs to really do something like you see. Let's take Moserado for an example. Each district in Moserado should have a well-equipped healthcare center run by the government. That particular, all the 17 districts should have well-equipped. I mean, healthcare clinic. I can't call it clinic. Healthcare center, health center. That health center will be a referral. If you can't be headache, you got stomach pain, you won't run to JFK. You need to put pressure off JFK's shoulder. Those various district clinics or health centers should be able to refer. You cannot go to JFK or go to Redemption Hospital or to a major hospital around Monrovia if you're not being referred. You should be rejected. Go to your clinic in the community. So this is how the system should be. Then the pressure is not on JFK. But then that's how what government should be looking at. Government should look at it from that perspective. Then they're talking about primary health care. Primary health care should come from the community, from the town, from the grassroots. You know about it. I mean, your mom was in healthcare until may also rest in peace. Those is the kind of healthcare system we should be doing in Liberia, where the main government referral hospital or teaching hospital will not be under pressure. Once the health centers in those communities are well equipped and well staffed, then they can refer. In case any major issue, they can be referred to a major hospital. Then the hospital have something to focus on. They have major issue, surgeries, urgent to do, emergency to treat. Though PA, whatever, or doctor assistants are in the health centers in Monrovia or other counties or Leeward counties, should be able to know what to refer to the main hospital. So this is the system. I mean, this is not new, gentlemen. Liberians know what we can do, but we don't want to do it. That's the fact. It's not new. It's been around for years.
I think the key word you struck there was mispriority, misprioritizing. Because the thing is, I mean, this government came to power, they talk about agriculture, road, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. Rest. There's nothing about health there, and nobody can tell me that sanitation is the same as health. No, hell no. Sanitation and health are not the same thing. I'm not a health practitioner, but I know that if you facing a sewage, yes, it contributes to the healthcare delivery system, but the sewage will not heal the guy who got headache, the guy who get made accident. By you facing the sewage or you providing water, clean water, those are sanitation. So they didn't put healthcare in that plan at all, and they got a plan that is boggy up with a lot of different things. I will have about 5 or 6 different things in 5 years to do or in 6 years to do. But Paul, maybe you want to come in. But I think that the government should prioritize. And you're facing road, but if the people are sick, they cannot drive on those roads. How many people get car in Liberia? I saw in Liberia in November. I saw people walking from the market ground. I drove to Banga all the way going to my home. I saw people walking. The roads are good, right? Yeah, but the people walking, they don't have car. They don't even have money to take car. Okay, so that's certain things sort of prioritize. I saw they were carrying. I know same person in the hammer on that shoulder. 2 guys were carrying it, and the other family they were walking behind it. Can you imagine? How does the good road help that situation right there? Oh, come on.
Well, this is I love my country, Liberia. A country with plenty ideas, but implementation is something else. That's how I see Liberia. They should be able to do it because we're told the budget of Liberia is 1.2 billion. So there should be plenty of money that will be getting from taxpayer, from donors, and all that. So they should be able to do it. Regarding the clinics Jamal talking about, I think it should be easy thing that the government should have all around the country with that set of budget. That means in the next financial year, we could have up to 3 billion from what the government is telling or what they're doing. So the money should be surplus. See? So if you tell us that you have this money, now the budget alone tell you that the lawmaker get our $56 million off them. Then let's talk about the president owner budget. So the plenty of money is there. Maybe they will now start cutting it from those people and put it into the healthcare, which should be very good. But it's Liberia. We talk big and we don't implement. So it's a good thing to help our brothers and sisters. Jamal, you should check your text message.
Okay. Thank you, guys. So,
thank you.
Paul, down to Lofa. My information is that the Guinean soldiers are still at the border. We've gone 3 months. And it seems that there is no, at least not in the nearest period, that I see that the Guineans are leaving. If these guys came to that place, if they were standing outside in the ring, we'll say, okay, they are waiting when the ring beat, then they'll go. But the guys are putting on structures. Can you imagine? I will refer to it as garrison, because where the military is based and keeping guard, they call it garrison, right? So these guys are building structures and they are there for 3 months now. 3 months. So my question is, how are we going to get this guy up? Is there any form of negotiation that we are actually going through that will make this guy to root up all their properties that they're building on our land for them to get out? Last week you showed on map here, the guys are into our area according to the demarcation that we have been living by all the time. They are in our side, okay, and they are putting up structures. What type of diplomacy are we pursuing? What type of discussions are we having that will make these guys to start breaking down those structures to go? What's happening? Are they going to be there permanently? And is the government doing sufficient?
Let me go, Paul. Yeah, before we go further than that, let's look what's happening right now. We've been talking on this platform saying that the government is not telling us anything. As those have, as Paul may have a video on that. The president was recently in the African summit, and he will kind of questions or query to say something about what's happening at the border, and that's very, very comical. It's laughable that the response for me. I don't know whether the two presidents understand what they were talking about. Going back to your question, it has to do with we still don't know what is the story, brother. This thing is the probably Guinea is just enforcing themselves, and making themselves to because they may have the bigger hands. They want to stay on the soil of Liberia, and to show that if anybody try want to fight back. But if you see what the president was saying, like we are being experiencing war, we know how it looks like, and we know the after effect. And anything more than they're going to go more troublesome. And he also, the one thing I was said, Paul said in the introduction about the old man has sold that part of land to to Guinea. And what the funny thing about it, Paul, there's those people that are living in that area, they are all the same people. There's no other tribe living in that region, that particular Solomon area is the Kisi people. So that particular dominant Kisi tribe. So if the Kisi men are living in Solomon, is the one living across, I don't know, like Gigi or Kisi, the same people living in that same area. So the old man is not crazy. Liberian will not fight in that area because they are all related people. The cross border, they got interrelated marriages, and they got a lot of stuff going on. So we will keep going this quiet diplomacy. That's what's happening right now. We're still waiting for the president to tell in detail what has been the case. Why is he asking? And when asking, I think Paul will come with that video, which I don't want to jump to. But I think Liberian people need to wait to see what's happening or what's happening. So we're waiting so long. But the flip side of it is, gentlemen, is the people in that area, they're really struggling right now. For almost 2 months now, 2 months and a half or 2 months plus, there's no daily market services. People living in the region, they all go to markets. And that's a daily life. They have two things to do. They cross country to go to markets. Not only that, they also do these cross substances farming. So you cross over to Guinea and do your farming. They take the boat, the canoe, come back to Liberia, or from Liberia to Guinea. So that's how it works there. So therefore, you live in that area, you've been around the countryside, you know how it works. So,
in fact, Bon County and Nima County are divided by single river. And we cross to go to Nima County side to do our farming, and they also come to us. So we know.
The thing, that's the thing. We something is missing, and I think Paul and myself discussing this also the last time we talking about. We need journalists to go across to Guinea to get details, speak to the life of the people in Guinea in that border. And nobody's going to stop them. Go across. If you're not being, if you stop not to go to Solomon, you can cross over. You can go to other area and get to the Solomon area and sit with the Guinean and see what's going on. So you got the actual story, but we'll sit there and we'll be speculating. I mean, we are not journalists here. We are talk show hosts. Actual journalists will go, and this is why they win awards. They will go extra mile to go find out what actually is the story. I mean, people will go to the library. Oh, we've been stopped not going to the Solomon border. What makes CNN a big news? When CNN got a break when during the Gulf War, there was nobody in Iraq at the time. It was Iraq. It was a Gulf War. Yeah, it was Iraq, and when Iraq attacked Kuwait, all the international televisions left. So CNN at the time just came about. It was the only CNN journalist stay in Iraq at the time to report what was going on. So CNN had a break at the time. It became one of the biggest cable news network. So talking to our Liberian journalists, you can't sit down in Monrovia or somewhere in Banga and say we want to speculate. You gotta go if you want to get a detail. You will win a war. You will get recognitions if you go across the Guinea. If you can't speak the language, people out there will speak the language. You take somebody with you, Kisi man from Liberia, take him to Guinea and go ask what's the actual story. Their life. If you don't want to go in politics into detail where it may be against national security, how does it affect the lives of the people? Those are things Liberian people want to be interested in. But gentlemen, the thing is, we also at fault. We don't know the story. We don't want to investigate. We still saying the old man he sold the land. But then probably from his statement yesterday during the interview, he's really struggling. He wants to get help, he's not getting help. And that's what I knew from him. He need to get help. But the way he's going, the way the process is going, it's not the right way. People like Mamadi Dumia does not like easy job. He's a guy doesn't like easy too. He like those. He want to be someone who is bombastic. I will say it here. If I was the president of Liberia, I'll move troops to the border. Trust me, I'll move troops to the border face to face. We have that face to face. Then it will get attention. Once it get attention, people get involved. But why you want to be quiet diplomacy? Who are those suffering? Liberians are suffering. 33 villages. You know what I mean? 33 villages. People are not. Their lives have been disrupted. So I will move border. I will move people to the border and make sure you get the word attention. I'm not fighting. When I carry my arm, the little arm we have, we go to them, we arm them. You'll move to the border. They will not shoot. When they shoot, we'll shoot. We've been used to war. They are not used to war. You didn't know that. They come to us. But the thing is, we are afraid saying that they got bigger guns, we can't make it with them. So as long as the women can acquire diplomacy, gentlemen, the lives of the people will be disrupted. We'll still be speculating here. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, Paul.
So that video, I don't know if we have the whole content of the video. We can roll it and then we can speak on it.
I gave you the edited one, Paul.
Okay, let me see if I can put this up.
The edited one, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Let's roll
And
the
what
video.
point
There's
should
one
for that?
neighbor with which you have some tense relations, Guinea. There have been some border issues for years. They came up again on the agenda. What is your message to the president of Guinea and the presidents of the region about those tensions today?
Fortunately, the president of Guinea and myself been sharing sit-stand this morning, and we've been speaking very well. In fact, the first question he asked me, how is the border situation? And I told him things are getting under control. I think the president of Guinea is beginning to know that we are good neighbors, we are family people, and I think his thinking is changing.
So the worst is behind us.
I would believe so, but we have to work at it because tension don't just disappear in a day. But we are doing everything to show him that we are good neighbors. We've been working together for years, and we can continue to do that.
So you trust Mamadi Doumbouya?
Mamadi Doumbouya and I talked today, and I called him my nephew, and I said, today I'll be seeing him. And he said, the doors are open.
Joseph Boakai, I want to thank you very much for being our guest
Thank
here
you again,
on France 24.
very much so.
And thank you for watching this edition.
And Paul, you want to comment or any of you, because there's something I wanted to say, but you
No,
can
say it before because I'm.
Okay, and you see this old man, the way he answered the question. The French journalist said he didn't know how long the thing been happening. Say it's been happening for years. But anyway, I forgive him for that one. But they asked the old man, how is the situation? Then he said, here in Doumbouya have been talking. Okay, you've been talking. Why you can't tell the Liberian people why you've been talking? Until the Frenchman had to ask you first before he tells you, oh, this morning we'll talk. So ever since I mean this morning you'll talk, number one. Number two, he goes sit down with a swimmer again to catch all the people. Tomo, you know he's my nephew. He's your nephew. Everybody. Somebody come from way Burkina Faso, they're your nephew. Henry Costa, they're your nephew. Everybody, they're your nephew. He now started swimmer again.
Oh, but a diplomat.
The diplomats. Okay, Paul, Rome. Me, I don't want to say that part because me, I can't put my tongue.
Your man is a diplomat, gentlemen.
What?
Go on.
Look, the friend of King Charles, and I'll be bold here. The old man have given that land out to Guinea, and this is the reason why they're not coming out to say what they're doing.
Why you think he are giving the land out? Why?
That's why he's saying his nephew and he been talking. He's giving the land out.
But let's discuss this thing. I want to ask you. You know, let's go into the statement. They asked him. He said, the guy asking, "How's the border issue?" The president asking him, "How is the border?" So, how do you understand that statement? The president asking me, two presidents asking me. He's the president. So is Mamadi Doumbouya is not in charge? So he's giving somebody else to handle the case? I don't understand that. That's the point where you guys.
He's saying, Doumbouya asked me the morning, how is the border?
It's the border issue. So something is not right. Paul,
that's why I'm saying the man he are giving the land out. Because if he gives something out, that question, how is this the horse that I gave you?
No.
How situation?
Paul,
let's see.
Paul, wait, you continue.
We want to discuss the Paul. This is important. We need to discuss
this. Now, do you see the inconsistency in the president's response? Okay, Doumbouya is the president of Guinea. No troops from Guinea will be sent out at the border if Doumbouya doesn't know. Then they send Doumbouya.
He's asking.
He asks you, how is the situation at the border? Then
you say
ask you, but don't you know that your soldiers are there? You didn't ask him. But then
he said that he asking me how's the situation in the border. I say, yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah,
it's getting better. I think it's getting better. Yeah. So something's not right. That's the thing. This is a point there, gentlemen. Something's not right in our conversation. How's the situation? He asked, and the president should have said that, well, we have discussed it, we'll take it to a different level. But the way he was cut off, he want to say something, and they're asking, how's the situation at the border? So Yeah, the border has been given to Liberia. You got boys to control it, and so he's saying, yeah, I know I put my boys into control, but is anybody disturbing the border? No, 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 it's okay. We put it under control. So I made it kind of agree with Paul in the sense that they gave it to like Guinea, and he's saying that so Mama do put somebody in charge to run it and let them talk to the people, so he doesn't have to do anything with it. It's on their side now. So why would Mama Dumia say something if he does not send troop there?
But this is the point I'm trying to make. You see,
but it said that Dumia doesn't really want to talk to the old man for the border issue.
But Linford, if I gave you something, Linford, if I gave you something, why will you talk about it? The only thing you say, oh, thank you for giving me a good thing. I enjoy the benefit of what you gave me. Then I will go ask about how the situation, how the horse I gave you. That's what the old man is saying. You see, look, if you look at the whole thing here.
Let's look at for that point. I think I'm getting together what Paul is saying.
Yeah.
If you're asking how's the border issue, that means that you give them that place, as people disturbing, no, your soldiers are okay, they put it under control. Like people are not disturbing, they are under control. Anyway, things are fine.
Yeah.
That's how it looks like.
My people in Liberia happy with the situation is because we're telling them they're quiet diplomacy, so no talking, so it's okay. But after 1 year, it will be for you forever.
But the thing is, gentlemen, there was if you listen to the journalist said that the case was put forward as a case on the table at the conference. Did you hear that as well? He's saying if you go to the no, we didn't play the full text. We just shot it. We shot in the video.
So I think we need to play the full, because apart from the full video is quite interesting how he unified the country and all that. So there's something.
Yeah.
But
I listened to some part of it.
Let me say this: the old men have given that part of Liberia to Guinea. Why am I saying this? The executive mansion told us that after the meeting with Manabio and Dumoya were happy. They agree on few things. They will join forces. They will monitor the border. Things will be okay. But after they left Guinea, the next day Guinea increased the soldier on the border. Now, on that communique that they had, according to them, exactly that what they agree upon, the president's son, Manabio's son, and Dumoya's son, that communique is now become national security issue because they agree. So it was popular. So they told us what in that communique. So how come the executive mansion cannot publish that particular thing with the president's signature that this is the agreement? Until they do that, they don't know that they had an agreement. But I believe since they refused to, for 3 months now, they refused to put that communique out. They almost sold the place.
But the question is, why would you want to sell it? For what? To get money or why? I don't understand.
But and Dumoya, remember, the old man and Dumoya had an agreement. A few months back, when the old man took office, there was some dissident that crossed over to Liberia, and they were taken from Central Prison and sent to Guinea overnight.
And then the next thing, pickups.
Exactly, Liberia got vehicle. So the two of them in agreement on something that we don't know of. So that's why they say, oh, quiet diplomacy, Linford. If somebody occupy your territory, you have Monorail Union, you have ECOWAS, you have the AU. How come up to today's day we have not seen delegates from ECOWAS to call the party, say, look, let's see what's happening. How come
when they even go to ECOWAS, when Liberal representatives go to ECOWAS, they don't even raise the point
exactly
that Nigerian guy had to even put them on his spot.
But you heard what the senator from Bomi,
Edwin Snow
said. What was if he's not putting a report? He mentioned with a report. What is not in the report? He will put something in the report that is intended to be put in the report. If you don't put something in the report, they didn't ask you to put in the report. You heard that report? That's something you talk about that report. He should have presented the case. Liberian Post did not present a case. When the question came about, is it from the Niba County representative? What's the name again? One way came with the issue that even one of those guys who did not sign the dismissal or the expulsion of Yeke, right? He said that because but he did not go in detail of the border issue. The fact of the matter here is the border issue has not been on the table on discussions like there's issues in Liberia. But I tend to kind of agree with what you're saying. Something there's an agreement between Guinea and Liberia, where the Oma is aware of the Liberian post and the president or leadership is not telling us. Because that should be the priority number one. The first and foremost, if I have issue with you, if you are encroaching on my line, Paul, I will not sit with you.
Exactly.
The first thing, I will not sit down by your side.
And
This
that's
is
the
the first
truth. Look at them.
I will not
Look at
say.
them.
I will not
Look
say.
at them.
Or if I have a differences with you, or if I have a difference with you, when I know that that's my seat, I'll ask the protocol to change my seat.
Exactly.
First, I think let's look at it. You know what I mean, Linfo? If I have issue with you,
put that picture up, Paul. Please put that picture up. Gentlemen, let's look at this picture. Look at the expression on the two leaders' faces.
they're in agreement. They're in total agreement.
Look at what about Dumbuya is looking directly in the Ome face, like you know what we're up to, right? And the Ome is just there, in that kind of answering way.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay,
you know, like when you are on a cool side, you are on a subjective side, you are subject to agree.
Do you also understand that they guys speak English as well?
Oh, yeah. But I think he got some connection to Liberia. I don't know, boy.
No. What happening was he been robbing shit over Liberian. He was what his story was. He robbed some shit over Liberians. He spent some time in Holland.
Okay.
He spent some time also Liberians. Most of those Liberian guys that were there, they were in the. He used to do the weightlifting and stuff like that in Arnhem area. That's the story. He got a lot of Liberians that he used to rub shooter with. Holland got a lot of Liberians in there. So what he did, he knew most of them. So before he moved to, when things got tough, I think he moved to France. That's how he moved to France to join the army. But he was in Holland for a very long time. So a lot of Liberians there. And not only that, the guy used to struggle. He's a hustler. He can speak English. Not understand English, but he can speak that English that you can understand. He can communicate well. So that's how he is. So the Ome doesn't need any translator. So you will speak to the Ome directly. That kind of person he is. He was a street boy, so you know what's up.
Yeah, the street smart begin.
But
you see, okay.
I had a discussion with somebody today, and it's on my way to work. I met this Liberian lady, and we're just talking. She said, "Look, to be honest, the way things are, there's some serious mineral in that place that they have given to Guinea, and Macron is involved." She was just talking. I said, "But how will you come with that conclusion?" She said, "But Macron has been chased out of Burkina Faso and all of these places. So Guinea now become the best friend of Macron. So it's possible that they behind the whole thing and this old man, because Liberia is a country that we beg for everything. That it could be in a background negotiation that France will say, okay, we'll offer you this amount, but just leave the case like that. So there's so many things behind the whole thing until they can come out clean."
Thank you, Paul. I got concerned when I saw a clip of this interview today, and it was France 24 doing it. There were several other journalists in that place. Why France 24 in particular? And if you follow the line of questioning that this guy was doing, the guy, he kept on focusing on, Liberia's construction and peace and support. Where he asked him, "How are you going to develop Liberia, talk about development, when Trump has cut aid, or the West is not giving aid to countries again?" You see, so they're trying to brush around here, lure into that. Like, I follow the line of questioning, because every question you ask, there is something behind it, something you want to find out. So this man is literally begging France, and Paul, just what you said could be true. Okay, because France now in Africa, France will look for any other weak country to make business with. So it's a lot of chips. The chips are so many. We got to put them together to make this puzzle complete. But it's just starting, and we hope that as time goes by, we'll be collecting the chips little by little. At least we're starting. So continue.
It's funny. It's funny because we'll conclude on this a little bit. They said the 33,000 villages, that the people that live there, I think they're about all 59,000 people. If my data is right, they have to run from their homes because of the situation. Now the Guineans now they are emboldened to build houses to host their soldiers, so they mean they're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
what
said from the
Jamal,
start.
what Jamal said, look, the little handful of rebel army we get, if you just send just 500 over there, Guinea, it would now call international tension. It will go on CNN, it will go on BBC, it will go, all of the people be talking about it. But the fact is that you quiet about the whole thing.
But let me ask one question, Paul.
Yes.
And Jima, because Jima, you thinking that way. But let me ask one question. What if we sent troops?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Guinea is well prepared. I mean, they are not for war before we are for war. We know what war is, but then we don't have the equipment, we don't have the hardware. So what if we send troops? Because when we send troops, it will be like we are engaging Guinea now. Guinea will say, okay, these people are on silent diplomacy, but now they are coming to engage us. So let's fight. And Guinea fight and then take even a larger portion, so the whole of Lofa. How can we get it back? Because they will say, we fought for this land. We share blood. Our men die here. So we're not leaving. We have taken it. We're not leaving.
Let me.
Jamal.
Okay, go on.
That whole area is about they are Gisi, right? Jamal said it. They are Gisi. Guinea will not fight Liberia. That's the bottom line of it. The fact is, when Liberia experience, if we come to proper combat, Guinea they will have heavy losses. Don't overlook Liberia on this. Let's be honest here.
So you go with our president now?
No, listen. I'm going for the fact is that somebody is sitting on your land, Linford. All right, let me put this way. I come in your house, I occupy your living room. Your wife, your children, everyone cannot come into that living room because I'm there. And every day your wife and children asking you, Papa, when will these people leave? And you say, oh, I'm speaking to our neighbors to help get these people out. That one day, that 3 months, you'll be speaking to your neighbors until every 1 year. You have to show they can't come. You have to show strength, and that's why Jamal is saying the fact is that when you send troops to that border, you're not going to shoot anybody. That alone is a tension is in itself that echoes. And how they call it, Maneuverable Year and AU will now start being concerned. If the thing spark up in Liberia, Liberia Civil War, it just spread around the whole place like wildfire. Africa got affected, Guinea got affected, Sierra Leone. That means we don't want a situation in the region. So if you sit back and say, oh, I'm not going to do something that requires diplomacy, now it becomes question. What kind of diplomacy? 3 months without seeing no action from any of the big organization, including UN. Jamal, say something.
Thank you. Guys, look at it. Look, I'm coming from this. First, let's look at it from the thing we said there's no tension between Guinea and Liberia right now. I'll tell you. Let me see the signs. I'll tell you. First and foremost, somebody encroaching your line or invaded your line and sit on it. In the history, Liberia, there's the only thing in my lifetime that somebody will take away your line without shooting a bullet. Yes. That's happened to our country. Move inside there quietly. That's fine. We call it, we have a meeting. We're talking about it. The first thing, if I'm not strong enough, Linfo, you come in. Let me put it this way practically. If I'm not strong enough, you come and attack me. You attack me. I'll do everything possible to defend myself. But I'm not. If I can't fight you physically, I'll do something I'll call people that will advise you not to attack me. All right. The first thing I do, the things you borrow from me or the things that you try to learn from me, I'll recall them to have it. First and foremost, if it's an issue, I'll recall my ambassador. I'll call my ambassador for consultation. They'll come to my country to tell me, to give me details. The first thing, we did not happen. The second thing I will do, I'll make sure I got a regional body involved. Now, Julius Madabio got involved. We didn't see anything. Then if he can't do much, I'll go to another level. Then I'll try to connect with my international contact to make sure they get involved because I can't fight Linford. Linford, they are not going to fight. Then I just told Paul when you were off the platform or your social. The first and foremost, If I have a beef with your president, you come on my land illegally, then look the protocol, put the protocol. They put the two seats together. Look at it practically. If you know international, you've been around. You don't do that. If the two presidents having beef, you don't put the two seats together. The first and foremost, if you know that, they'll ask you before you got in, before they usher you in as a president, they'll tell you, Mr. President, this is your seat. Somebody come and say, you'll be sitting down with this person, you want to know who do you sit with. They'll tell you, they'll brief you before you leave your room to come and take your seat in the hall. So if I know I'm sitting down with the president I really having problem with, I have beef with, I'll tell him I want to change my seat because I don't want to talk to him. He violated my right, he on my line. Right? You see where I'm coming from. So Liberians, you see sense in this.
I'm following your logic, yeah.
Yeah, Liberians, you see sense in this. You don't do that. We've been on the side for a very long time. If I'm going out, I've been a lot of places as a guest. I've been sitting on the platform. They'll ask you, "Oh, we got a reserved seat for you." I'll ask you. You'll be sitting on the hard table with this person, that person, that person. Who is the right person? Will be this person. You'll be informed before you get onto the platform. So he's aware as a president. He's been given all those security information. What other details before he goes on? Or he goes sit in the gallery. So that's how happened. If you see behind him, you will see the national security advisor behind him, which is Kofi Wood, sitting right about there. Kofi Wood right directly behind him there. You see him? Then the person behind the lady in the white is Mamaka Belete. So you see the arrangement. You've been told. I don't know the other person between who show your face between Dumbuya and President Barkai.
That guy looks like
Serena Sifos, but it's not.
Serena Sifos.
No, I don't think that was. I think so. I'll tell the info. I mean, Paul, but they could be Serena Sifos. But you've been informed. Who, if you sit down, they'll tell you what delegate that come with the president. After your seat, the next seat is your president. Right behind you, Mr. President. Your staff will be sitting there. Your immediate staff, who will be sitting right behind. We got 3 seats for you, Mr. President. So, Linford, giving consideration to what's happening in Liberia, there's nothing happening. We're just making the news out of it. The president knows what's happening. So, if he did not recall his ambassador for consultation, second, he has not put in a case forward. He's not allowing our leaders to go out there and put a case forward to the regional bodies. It didn't go to ECOWAS. It's not being put forward on the level that we are aware of. It could be done somehow, but if it's quiet diplomacy issue, a complaint that those guys speak on me, I can't fight them. You're telling to stop. Let's agree that we don't have the maritime might. We don't have the maritime might. If you're not like a gangster like me who would like to do something, I'll put the gas on the wharf. I'll send it to the border. Whether you like it or not, we got the attention. That's all I would do to cause noise to get attention. If I can't get attention, I will call big people. I'll send my foreign minister out to go talk to people, to talk to this guy to stop. People that he can listen to. That's what I would do as a president. But now look at the logic. Look at what's going on, gentlemen. He started with a man. The man is saying having problem with they are discussing. Then the president is telling you, oh, they asked you. He's telling us that when the man asked me, I told him it was under control. That means, oh, I get the border back to you. Our people are causing trouble. Then I put it on control. Don't worry, they're under control. I think it's gonna get under control. That's what you tell the man. We'll get the border to you.
So much, guys, and
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I was looking at this thing from a different angle, and of course, this is what we do here on the show. We look at it from different perspectives. And you know, the argument that you guys proffered right now makes sense to me. So I try to like go along with what you guys are saying. Now, the fact that the quiet diplomacy is now working for us as citizens because we don't know what's going on, and the time is elapsing. You know, the thing here is we're looking at time, the time falling, and our citizens, bulk of our citizens are displaced. When there's no war, we're not involved in war, but people are occupying our area, and then our citizens are displaced. Their farming activities, everything going bad. This is why we are here talking, and we're looking at it from different angles. But let me say that we have spent enough time on this thing, so let's take a quick short break, and we'll be back. But before then, let's welcome Emmanuel Fafland, Grable Girl. That's Grable Girl is watching, as well as Alfonso Taylor is here, of course, Winston Cooper. So if you are joining us, I want to say thank you for joining us. This is the Bottomline Liberia Discussions. We take a quick break, and then we'll be back, and we'll go to the next topic. It's a lot for us to discuss tonight, so stay with us. Do not go away. We're going to make sure that we can at least cover some of what we have here tonight, and and hope that you will actually like to be a part of the discussions. Oh, I'm trying to find this thing that I want to play. Okay, I think I got it. So let's go.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottom Line, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Cholo Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
You are watching the review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottomline Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
And welcome back. Paul, like you said from the start of the show, it's going to be interesting, and I think it's firing up. And I think we've discussed this topic much, and Liberians will now begin to think other way, especially after our president gave this kind of answer to questions that were direct. But let's switch to the next topic that we have, and let's see how much we can say about that. And that is, we are getting information that some 68,000 Burkinabe citizens are in Liberia, especially in Grand Jide County. And this report was made available by the senator of Grand Jide County, Zoe Penner. So it's not just one Joe Blow walking on the streets of Zwedru or somewhere in Grand Jide County to give this report. It's the senator, the lawmaker, the senior senator of Grand Jide County. And I think this is not the first time we've been hearing about the presence of some strange people on the soil. I think last year, a year or two ago, similar information came up that some of them were even living in the unfinished house of former President Samuel Doe. And so this has been going on for some time, for some years. But the question that Liberians want to ask is, where are they coming from? What are they doing in Grand Jide County? And who brought them, so to speak? Who welcomed them? Because Burkina Faso is not part of Liberia. Burkina Faso does not have direct border with Liberia like Ivory Coast, Guinea, or Sierra Leone. So how are they crossing countries to come to Liberia? And why are they there? And what are they doing? And with whom are they? I mean, there are several questions that we need to ask. But after the senior senator of Grand Jide broke this news, I think our brows have been rising. People are thinking, asking the question, what people do on our soil? So, gentlemen, this is the situation. I mean, let's just look at it from our own perspectives again. None of us have specific answer to these questions. But the major question is, what are people doing in our country? Let's put it like, bro, what are people doing here? I mean, we are not trying to be xenophobic. We are not trying to be xenophobic, but that you see 68,000. I mean, that's a huge number, man. Even more than our country, the population of certain countries. Bapolo, for example.
Lingfo, I think it's not new. The latest one came from this guy raised alarm in the house. It's Yaya Nimne, the former foreign minister, now in one of the centers of Grand Jide. That 68,000 Burkina Faso are in that country, and they acquire huge land. They are doing farming.
Okay, let me correct myself. Sorry, I said open, but it's Yaya Nimne. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. And the thing about it is just if the government is not making noise about it, that the government is aware of their presence in this country. It's not something new. It's been in the news for a very long time that the Burkina Faso are in the country, in Liberia, and they should get a security concern. They should national security. We got a national security should be looking into it. Even if when we were in refugee camp in Guinea, Liberians will tell you, we will tell you that you can't be a stranger into that country. They will pick you up. I don't care who you are. You will report yourself because the way they set their system, security on security, how they work in that country. So it's just not easy. You overthrow them. So if 68,000 country like Grand Jide, a country like Grand Jide, 68,000 foreigners in your country, you're sitting down on it quietly. Something must be
that's
aware.
even more than the population of Grand Jide, I want to believe.
Yeah. So they are doing something special. If they are farming or they are something legal or they are being given a job to a plot of land to farm on or do something, they are not aware. Or what I don't understand, how would a senator come and make that report on the floor, on the Senate floor without getting any information? You should be aware of their presence. That you should be speaking to national security and ask them, how can we investigate their presence? So I just disjointed government and looking at gentlemen. Before I'm a senator of the county, before I come and make a claim or make a report or raise the flag, red flag in the house that I got foreigner in my land, on my county, since the 8,000 of them. Why would I not investigate the reasons they are there? I had the authority to do that. I can investigate. I can tell the government to the right authorities, the national security or the Ministry of Justice to investigate their presence, or the immigration to know what their status. I mean, gentlemen, why should you be listening to this, man? You should investigate it before coming to the house. Or what could happen? Well, I believe something is like they are persons, they are aware of their person, and because they are not in agreement, well, something is not right. Something is not right between the local authorities and the House of Senate, or the government authorities. Something is not right. But these people will not be in Liberia without the government knowledge. I can assure you that it's not possible. It's not possible at all. There's some kind of disagreement between the two groups. Probably they are there for specific purpose, and they don't support that, or they're not in agreement, or something went wrong, so they're blowing the alarm. Why will you come to the Senate floor and tell us that, we have these 8,000 of Burkina Faso in my county? Who are you complaining to? Who are you complaining to? You tell me who are you complaining to? It doesn't make sense for me.
When the citizens should be complaining to you.
Yeah, the citizens should be complaining to you that we're not saying, Mr. Senator, Honorable, we got people in our county that are doing these illegal things, that are doing this stuff. They should be completed. Before you come to the Senate floor and complain or make any comment, you should first go to sorry, gentlemen, for the noise. You should first speak to the security, the Ministry of Justice, to help you to find out, or together with the immigration, to find out what their presence. Do they got a legal status to be in the country? First and foremost. So this is how leaders do, gentlemen.
Paul, you come from the southeast. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Probably a lot of people
Yes,
know that you come from the southeast. You come from the southeast. I know you're proud to be a southeast, you know. I mean, this is getting serious, and Jima nailed it the right way. Okay, that the senator, who the citizen should be. I mean, when the senator arrives in the county, even a representative arrives in his district, those are people that the citizens are waiting for to come so they can brief them on what's happening in the community. So the senator runs to Monrovia. I don't know when he was in Grand Jide, but he runs to Monrovia to have report that people are in his area. Did he make any investigation, control any investigation to know what they're doing there, or who brought them, how long they've been there for, and what are they doing? But you I mean, I don't know how you look at it.
So, Linford, how did the senator derive at that number that they are 68,000?
There you go.
Head count.
There you go. Yeah.
Head count.
Okay. That if he get that statistic, there are 68,000 Burkinabe, that means it come from the immigration that know that these people are there. So the government is aware.
So they are documented.
Yeah, because you
Definitely
say 68,000. That means it's been documented that we have 68,000 in Grand Jade doing something there. The government is aware to start with. Now, Jamal said something about security implication. Burkina, they're not part of ECOWAS anymore, so they don't have that freedom. Like me and you will go to Ghana, all ECOWAS country, we does not require entrance visa. We can be there for X number of time before we apply for what we call residency if we intend to steal. Burkina not part of us. So if they telling us that 68,000 Burkina just in Grand Jade alone, where about the rest of the counties? So it could be more. Now, Burkina Faso is heavily been sponsored by Russia. And Jamal talking about security implication here. And the fact is that America and Russia, they don't see eye to eye. If they are closer to Burkina Faso, they could have influence in Liberia without you knowing. That's the security implication we could look at from that point. And people overlooking it. You see, then also, remember the Civil War, we had Ecomont that have 20 children by Liberian ladies and ran away. The same thing could happen again. It is a mess. So I'm just looking at from that perspective. So the government is aware what they're doing there. They might have given their work permit to carry on farming or whatever they're doing. So the government is aware of the situation, Jamal. That's would be my take on this. It's something that the government is aware of.
Yeah, I think the poor gentleman, what the senator made himself look so funny. There should be there's something going on between the various country authorities that they are not in agreement with. So instead of settling their problem, let them settle what is happening among themselves. Instead of coming and start raising eyebrows or raising red flag for no reason. That's a false alarm. There's no way in this country, even 500 foreigners will come with our experience with war. 500 will come into the different national will come to the county without being a serious issue. Citizen will be out there, make sure it's been looked into. It's been going on for more than years. I know years. That story been going on years. I think we're doing. George time or Ellen, it was reported in the news, and now it still goes on. Now we got a total number of 68,000. As my colleague asked, how did you come to that? How did you get to that number? How did you know that? So how did you know that?
He contracted a monster. He said, "You can't land on me."
So this is the situation. So if you know the situation in Liberia, like the look, gentlemen, we being carried, we can get emotionally hijacked in a way that they will do. Oh man, the foreigners are in the country. They want to do a coup. You can't do that. They want to do something. They are here for different reasons, or they are using that as the training ground. They just want to get our people attention. But
exactly.
This is what they want to do. Oh, they're in the country, so you do that. Not wrong with it.
But again, we can't overlook it. So you see, for me, I like to dive into history. When before Charles Taylor came, there were after all the Cream Park incident, some people say, "Oh, Cream Park didn't die," and there was a guy called Prince Walter Johnson, another Prince, all kind of thing, and all the names were coming up. And then finally, we got to know who died and who didn't die, and all the guys surfaced in Liberia. So when they kind of, especially the security implication part, what Paul talk about, right now, Paul mentioned the Russians being, supporting, being present in Burkina Faso. We heard about the Wagner and all these things. But for me, the presence of the Russian in Burkina Faso is not on the negative side. Okay, maybe it may be negative in some sense, but I think it's to help them to keep that new government in place. But on the flip side, the negative side for me is the presence of how do you call it? How do you call it? It's a rebel group also in Burkina Faso. So if we have that number of people in Liberia, this could be like a breeding ground for them. Now, remember that in war that came to Liberia, Liberians gathered, according to history, Liberians gathered in Burkina Faso to train, even before going to Libya.
Yep.
So this could just be a reciprocal action by some, unscrupulous group in Burkina Faso to say, well, Liberia will help you during your own time. We train your people here. So it's time for you to. We just putting a card on the table, right? It's like there's a puzzle, and we put a big card. The deck of card will spray on the table. Everybody plug in no more, and let's try to solve this problem. So the security implication is very deep. With this rebel group that are fighting
Tuareg. The
It
former
could be-
president, he Ivory Coast, right? And the
Yeah.
bank, Ivory Coast not far from
Burkina Faso.
Grand Jede. Grand
Yes,
Jede.
of course. Oh, yeah.
So
of course.
you see what I'm talking about? They're not far from Grand Jede.
So we got to look at the security implication, and people may be overlooking it, but for me, I go back into history. Like I said, the MPFL, the very MPFL that came to Liberia. If you interview most of them, because we saw most of them, we were close to them, we were with them, they will tell you that they were in Burkina Faso training. When the training was not sufficient for them, they had to go to Libya to train. So it could be that some of these guys, 68,000, that's a pop. I can bet
That's a huge number.
Yeah,
That's the population of River G.
Yeah.
Linford, whatever the case may be, I mean, I like your analysis as well. Maybe they're used as a training ground to carry out some kind of operation, convert operation, whatever operation they want to do. But we can assure you right now, the government is aware of their presence in our country. They are aware. Government is very much aware. It's nothing. Government is not innocent. It's not innocent of what's going on in our country. If they're there as a private citizen doing that farming, that's a different thing. If they're there to be trained to do something, the government is fully aware of their presence in our country. It's nothing new.
So what should the citizens expect? The people of Grand Chile country or Liberians or should we just say, okay, no, listen, and I think our immigration law, there must be, it's clear that all nationals that come to Liberia, whether of course, we are all African, but you should be documented and you should have certain status. Or should we just open a border and say, okay, yeah, these people that black people, let them come in? Or I don't understand how is it working.
Liberia is not like that. In fact, that's part of constitution be one of the racist constitution with only the black skin can only become citizen. Even somebody across coming from any country, you have to have a working permit in Liberia to work. You have to have that. That's the first and foremost. You need to be recorded by the immigration officer. Entry at the every entry in this country, we got immigration officers sitting there to take record of those who enter and who go out. That's the number one job to do.
Why are immigration officers to look for food? What do we just gotta make it funny, the show is serious.
So that's one of the key jobs. Every entry into the country, there's we got an officer, paramilitary, which is immigration officer, sitting there to take record of how many people visit, how many people go out. Their record should be there, and that's one. So that's what I keep saying. Those in our county, whoever is, whatever reason they are there for, government is aware of their presence. I can assure you that.
But Jamal, the thing is, we know our security forces in Liberia, they're not sophisticated enough, and they're not many. To be so, if you have 68,000 people gathered in one community and into farming, do we have the intelligence officer that travel into the place every day or become what they call a covert thing that you be among them but they wouldn't know you? Do we have that sophistication? You got to be trained. They can be training in a bush there that you may not even have a clue.
This is what I'm saying. You don't need to have that one. The first and foremost, we got 500 gathered into the county. Your national security team comprised of the immigration, the police, the paramilitary, the merit, whatever it is. You should able to point. This country, Liberia has it. They should have a joint mission to find out and find out what the presence in the country. So you can't, gentlemen. Let's just put it.
No, Gemma, I want you to address this because the reason why I'm saying it, we have not invested into the security sector. We have not. That's why Guinea took advantage of Liberia. So the handful of people that you get sitting around the board or doing their little work, and also you know that the immigration, the police officer, because they are low pay, they take cash in hand. So if this guy want to carry out any operation there, knowing that our security sector is so damn corrupt, how will you penetrate that? Or will you be in a bush, in a jungle to see what the activities that they carry on? So those are things that I'm looking at.
What I will tell you right now, the locals will be aware. The locals, the citizens in that area will be aware of the activities, whatever activity they're doing, because in Grand Judea, most of those guys are hunters and farmers. Two things to do. I don't care what you do. They will know the activities Burkina Faso will be involved in, and they will leak those information to authority concern. You can use the national, local as a, on the corporate operation to know what they're doing in Grand Judea. They will find out. The people will find out if you want to know. There's nothing. I mean, I don't care how Burkina Faso, they're not that sophisticated that people in Grand Judea will not find out what activities those guys are into. They know. We don't forget about the level of equipment we don't have in Liberia, but we will find out. This is not a well closed up environment. What we heard they're doing farming. They could be doing something different, but just to speak to say they're farming, they're not farming.
What you might say, I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, there was some information, some incident with a Burkina Faso guy who was shot by some guy from Grand Judea, and he was killed. Actually, he was shot and killed. Probably confusion broke out or something. I just forgot that story, but what I know is that there was one of them that was shot. But the thing that I want to say is that you got that. Now we are quoting the senator, Thomas Yaya Nimle here, and Yaya Nimle should not be taken for granted. This is senator number one. Number two, this is a warlord, former warlord, so he knows when danger is coming. We should take him seriously.
Exactly.
Now, this guy is blowing the alarm that 68,000 strange people are on our land.
Limpo, sorry, boss. Yeah. Limpo, he's not telling you, being a warlord, who know the dangers of war, who been fighting on the war front, he know what it is. He should tell us, he should give a signal that these guys are here for some reason. They're here now.
The first step for me, I think the first step is he is blowing the alarm. Now it's left with national government. Why I say that some have been hearing this. Why is it that government is not dispatching a special team or I call it a joint security team, the military, the police, all the other security paramilitary forces, take one or two of each group from each group and send them to this area to go ascertain facts instead of just hearing this, because we've been hearing this thing, like you said, we've been hearing this thing all the time. Why has the government done? Why is the government not taking?
Because government's aware.
Look, guys, y'all stop this thing here. The reason why this guy came out, there's an allegation that a lot of crown ladies now have been having children by these people. And that's why annoying him. So that's why annoying him now. He taking it in that 68,000. No, I'll be honest here. I'm from the southeast, so I'm telling everybody just share common.
So they ain't got no man. They ain't got no man in Grand Judea. So the Burkina Faso crown women they're married to. What kind of story?
They born babies, but the Burkina Faso is getting the senator very. No, I'm being honest here. They're getting the senator very annoyed because Grand Judea been talking about it. How can
so they're losing the women to the Burkina Faso? That's what you're saying.
They're not happy with the situation.
Yeah, but where the Burkina Faso get to actually enter the women.
They do. They can spend money. They can spend. Burkina Faso can spend.
This is the situation. Yeah.
Well,
So Yaya Nimne is getting very angry with the situation.
They are bringing, there's a hardship in the country. People are not being paid on time, and Burkina Faso are using dollars, and they're bringing good money.
Exactly.
When the ECOMOS were coming Liberia, they threatened most of us lost our partners because they could provide dollars, and you walk away, take your girlfriend, walk away, and say, Oga, don't talk. Who I take this with me? You can't say anything, and most.
Yeah, but
so,
a lot of time we're using gun also because I know the organ.
Something you and the government got a little confusion. You want to go ECOMO and tell the command and BTV. They want your complaint go away. They do with a lot of us. You know that. So they will run to ECOMO.
It's a serious issue, and on concluding on this issue, on this topic, I think it's a serious issue. The government should send a special team to that place, or like for instance, a joint security team to go and ascertain the family. We're not saying go and drive the book.
Have you read the story? Well, yeah, have you read the story?
I did not read the full story.
Okay. Now, this is the thing. There's more deep thing than that. We don't know. Somebody knows what's going on. That's what I'm saying. This is not something new. It's been going on for a long time. What the government is very much, look, any government of the day is very curious about security, more especially about overthrow. When you hear Burkina Faso, those guys are born missionaries. You do what they like it or not, you buy them, they will go fight for you. That's how they got a trap called the Musi trap. They are very, very good. They can fight war like nobody business. So if you hear about them, you got to be serious and got to be very scary. So the government will be informed and tell them, those guys, person, this is what I hear. If they're here for other operations, they are there to train for the Burkina Faso government or trained by this guy, the guy who are overthrown, what's the name again? Who left the country or flew to Ivory Coast, is now in exile in Ivory Coast. The former president. You could also see that he's the exile in Ivory Coast. He could be having a boys train to go attack Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, Burkina Faso.
This is a security fear.
Yeah, we benefit everything. But the government, it could be an agreement between the government and the exile president. It could be an agreement.
So now, guys, you see what I was talking? I said, look. The former president is right in Ivory Coast. They can get across to Maryland or across to Grand Jide.
You can travel these guys. You will not know.
Yeah. So and remember also, the U.S. government want to get rid of Traoré. Remember that corner? So if Liberia can be a host that we know we get influence from Washington, all of these puzzles, we can put it together and the government will not say anything about it. The citizen may raise the alarm, it will say, oh, we know about it.
Yeah,
they go
the
quiet.
guy is Blaise Compaoré, former president, Blaise Compaoré.
Yes.
He's not in exile. So we also benefit the same thing. We got guys trained in Burkina Faso before they went to Libya as well. So those things can happen. This guy is very eager to go back to that's another side of it. Willing to go back to Ivory Coast, to Burkina Faso, and you see what happened recently in Burkina Faso. The guy is they want to make sure they want to get rid of him. So as far as Liberia could be in the thick forest of Grand Jide, that could be a very, very good training ground for them. And 68,000.
It's not a small number.
Yeah, that's what's alarming. That number. Look at some of the smaller countries in Liberia.
One town bound three times. How many? We not even reach 10,000 people bound.
Yeah,
I said the people more than River G. They were out seeing the thing.
But okay,
that's one thing.
But I think the government, like Francis said, the government sent the police there. Okay, fine. If the government did, okay, that means the government is aware of their presence.
What was the report? Why is he put it? What did the report put there? What Francis said that from? Where you got that one?
Yeah, he said the government sent the police there.
Before. And what was the result? And what did happen? What did he anything?
We don't know the result. But the number has increased though. But I think the government should do more and let the citizens know, because anything happens, if anything backfires, it will be Liberian citizens that will be suffering. If anything backfires, the government shouldn't be doing secret thing. If there is anything that there's an agreement between the government and anybody, let people know so that we can see some people guy walking in the corner and then somebody get afraid. So we got bitten by snake before, so we are still afraid of any little piece of black rope that will pass, that will pass by. But guys, I think
let me conclude on this. You know, most of the African leaders, they envy the guy from Burkina Faso. Most of them want him gone because he's making it a low bar. So Liberia could be a country that will host because of if you remember this guy called General Lentley, the guy who is in charge of the AFRICOM, he long been pontifical, and the closeness with America and Liberia, we cannot overlook this. And this guy been operating in our region. They call it AFCOM. The head is General Lentley, who came up with a thing that brought a lot of people demonstrating around the world that no, y'all cannot put their hand on Tuareg. So Liberia always play the kind of funny games. So if they're hosting 68,000, that won't happen in Ghana. Ghana will start deporting people. So I know my own country, Liberia, when in the 70s, when a lot of them went to the Ghana gold mine, the Ghanaians felt threatened that was so many Liberians, they sent some of them back.
Okay. Just to interrupt, I'm looking at the news right now. I was telling you about something. The news is just quickly, guys. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me go through it. This is being reported from Africa, front page Africa, sent 2025. It says it was 40,000. Like you see here it's a what's that? Blue Lican Grand Jida. The Liberian Immigration Officer, the Liberian Immigration Service, LIS, say it recorded 40,000 in Burkina Faso cocoa farmers to monitor and legalize their status. Yeah, that 40,000.
That was then.
That was 2025.
Yeah.
Then the story goes on to say it is intended to establish how many of them enter the country and where exactly they cross. Alex Pakpolo, Assistant Immigration Controller of Grand Jida County. We are taking stock of their movements and actions across the different towns, villages, and districts and communities where they are hosted. By doing this, we can easily trace them if there is a problem. You got to trace them. Look what he's saying. Listen, let me say something. Burkina Faso began to cross the Ivorian border to Liberia to plant cocoa since 2010. And last year, France 24 reported 25,000 capitalized on Liberian weak monitoring, large rainforests, and high cocoa price. Africa has lost 90% of its forests to cocoa farming in the last decade, according to that report. The same is happening with Liberia, which lost 386,000 hectares of primary forest from 2002 to 2024. So what they are telling us on this report or the news is that they are into cocoa farming.
Yeah,
so they are.
But the question is,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, if these guys are just ordinary subsistence farmers, that is, you make restaurant here today, you move to the next side, allow they play where you make farm to grow. Then the next time you move from the other side, allow the second spot to grow fully and become forest. That's a different issue.
You know what? In addition, go on before I add to what you're saying. They are also saying to you, like, it will continue. I don't want to tell you so you can to just equip your information. It said, according to Global Watch, Forest Watch, which tracks annual deforestation, immigration record shows over 1,000 Liberian hosts at least one Burkina Faso farmer known locally by their ethnic group called Musi. I told you, those are the missionary. At the movement, they are spread mainly across Maryland, River G, and Grand Jida.
So this is why I was talking. So the point here is, if these guys were just crossing to make subsistence farming, say they're planting rice to eat and then they move, but they are planting cash crops. My grandfather had cocoa farm, so I know how cocoa operates. You plant
not going anywhere. It's there for life, man.
Yeah, you got to impression it, you got to pick it, break it, dry it. It's intense job. Cocoa and coffee, they're intense job. Okay, so how come these people are taking our land? The citizens are there in Grand Jida, Maryland, and part of Sano or River or whatever. And the citizens are looking at them. I think the citizens are complaining to people like Welegani, Tomon Yaya Nimle. That's why he's running back now. Probably election is coming. He wants to make his mark and running back to the Senate to report, because the government should be proactive. These people are planting on our. So we the citizens, we buy land. We buy land to do whatever we want to do. But the other people from other people just come and walk in our forest and start to play. So are they buying the land, and from whom? I don't understand this. Nobody's thinking about it.
Linfo, I just said this can happen in Ghana. that you get 68,000 people to
But
come
Francis,
in.
I am not saying that they are subsistence farmers. I am saying they are
Linford.
not doing subsistence
Linford.
farming. They are planting cash crops.
Linford.
Mhm.
In Burkina Faso now, the government in Burkina Faso has invested heavily in agriculture.
Very good.
Why are there 60,000 people running away from Burkina Faso?
Why can't they go there?
Yes,
Yeah, but
where
that's what they're saying. They're taking advantage of your weak monitoring system. So they want to come and build in your county. You're not doing enough farming. Now, gentlemen, listen. Out of two ways. Either they are doing something. The government is aware of the person I've been saying this.
exactly
Second,
that's yes.
Paul, sorry for cutting you off. One thing to add to that, gentlemen, is we are not prepared to do what those guys are doing. They're taking advantage of the land and making use of it. That's what's happening to us right now. We're not doing this to the land. And Grand Gita should be reinforced. That Grand Gita should be, the soil should be very productive. So that's why they're making use of it. And we're not saying it. I'll tell you something. I'm not picking on Bomi County. You leave Tomamburg to Monrovia, you will not see any vegetable on the road. Any fruit you can't see on the road from Tomamburg to Monrovia. Tell me anybody, you will see palm wine and charcoal.
The same with Cape Man.
No. Cape Man, you can't blame them because they're into fish. That's why they do fish. But from Tomamburg, I was there last year. From Tomamburg to Monrovia, tell me anybody who have bought a plantain or cassava or something coming Monrovia to go to somebody. It's not on the road. You can't find it. You will find palm wine. You will find charcoal to bring it home. You will not find it. So those are cash crops. Those are crops, vegetable. I think people. That's the reason people are leaving different counties to go to Bomi County to go get to start planting. The county. You know what happened? It's not that the people of Bomi are not looking at it. You know what carried them? Bomi Hills was the one that took every city in that place to get involved into mines. So they did not concentrate in that farming anymore. Their attention got carried away with the bomb mines. All the bombing sale, bombing something, all the mining stuff.
Gurich, all those places.
They didn't get into any substantial farming. So I'm not like they didn't want to do farming because that generation just focused on mining. So there's nobody doing, those vegetables or fruit. If you're coming from Monrovia all the way to Banga, you get tired of buying all those stuff, the food, the vegetables on the way.
I've also oranges. I brought them here. My kids love it.
So it could also be that the Burkina Bay are taking advantage of the land. The people of the Grand GT start making use of it. They'll come here and make and cocoa is in high demand and take the land. Since 2010, they've been moving into Grand GT.
I agree. Because I've been focusing on it. I've been focusing on the security side so much, on the negative side so much.
Something not right.
Let me agree with that one. I've been focusing so much on the negative side, the security side.
No, you have it right though. You got it right to look at it.
But the question is, if these guys are taking advantage of our weakness to make farm or to produce, crops, whatever. If they so who are they buying the land from? It said that the government is paying, because my point here is right now, I'm as a librarian. If I go in Grand Gita, I say I want to be fine, they'll say I can buy the land here. But then
that mean the government or librarian getting plenty taxes from these people because
can I ask two of you guys, Linford and Linford, you are from Cocoa area. Paul, you are from River G. Let me go to River G. And I want a land. It's your property, your family property, children property. If you want to sell it to me, I'm from all the way from I've come from all the way Kenya. I want to make a cocoa farm. Will you not sell it to me?
That is a good question.
It's actually you are the son or the other son. You got a decision to sell the land. Will you speak to government authority first?
No. I will not sell it. I will not sell the land.
So no, if you want to sell, you got the right to sell or not to sell.
I get the right to sell, yeah.
Or not to sell. So that's the situation. You're asking who gave you the land.
Wait a minute, Jamal. But Jamal, wait a minute. If I came from Ghana to Liberia to do anything, I need some permit, right? I need some sort of permit to work, right?
Exactly. I agree. I'm listening to you. Go on.
So that permit that I'm going to use to work, is it included me buying land in the Liberian law? I'm trying to understand that.
But Paul, why you want to look at me from that? If your government is telling you don't sell land to foreigner without permission, that's a different thing. It's up to you to say the government is doing this. I don't want to. If I have come to far country and tell you I got all the right people to come to this country and settle and buy a land, it's up to you. Your government should come with legislation to say do not sell this amount of land to foreigner for social reason or to do something like cash crop on the land. You don't have those stipulations. You don't have the legislation, so you can sell it.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question, because I know when you go to Ghana to even own a coffee shop, you got to go through a lot of process, just a coffee shop for you to own it. And now if you're ECOWAS, and these people are not part of ECOWAS anymore. So I want to know how come if they can sell land, if the citizens decide to sell land and the government not say anything now, if they're taking advantage of the land because government not utilizing the land, so they're making profit. So that means the government is getting heavy taxes from these people. So that's a huge.
I think Jima asked a question to two of us. Where I come from, my town was actually established by our family. So we own the town. So all the other people in the town, we give them farmland. And we have this tradition.
Got an answer for you there.
Yeah. So
who's that, Francis?
Francis is saying that the same grandchildren are selling the land and they are fighting. Now families are fighting each other. In
that's the point. That's what I was saying. They're selling the land before government permission.
But the question you ask is there are traditions everywhere. The grandchildren may choose to sell their land to foreigners. That means I don't know whether they're doing it in line with the immigration and naturalization laws of Liberia, or they get feed because they land for them, so they sell it to people, or they are leasing the land that when people lease it, even if you are leasing it, whether they're doing it in line with the laws of Liberia, I don't know. Or we can't independently verify.
Why are you going, my man? Why you do go? The Lebanese coming to Liberia, they're taking your house, they're leasing the house for 20, 35 years. That's not happening. They won't compare to Burkina Faso. Lebanese running more, it's Monrovia.
Yeah, okay.
We are renting for Lebanese now. They're having 10 years, 15 years. They're not born in Liberia. Never lived there. Came back just after the war. They bought the property in Monrovia. They lease it. Then you're telling me about
when it comes to our town, our area, our region, not only my town, but our part of our district, which is district number 1 in Bon County, we have this policy. If you come as a foreigner, yes, you can still
family policy, right? Family policy.
No, family. I mean, that family is a whole region. So you can come. We welcome strangers. You can come and be with us. When I was born in my town, when my eye opened, I saw people who do not come from that town. They stay there. They born. Their children. They there. We're not selling the land to you. You are there. You can make your farm because you're not got the land to carry. So the day you're ready to go, Joe Blow, pack your load and go. Our land still. We're not selling to nobody.
Look, I don't know why you're complaining for. They put Bennett says 2010. I said the issue here that Ben and Lamy in the Grand Jida community is about their ladies born in plenty children by these people. Just recent time.
I think it's beyond that.
No, I said what made it senator? It was a Grand Jida woman that did a podcast on. They say she begging her sister there. They should not be let their brothers and things to force them. They were giving advice. So I seen this senator came up after all these years.
He didn't make that post property. Woman can marry anybody they want to.
I agree, but you're not getting my point here. I said the reason why this fool came out, the reason why he came out to talk. But 40,000 men from that time didn't talk. That now he coming talk.
What Linford saying, I'm up Paul saying, don't overlook it as well, because what the people would do, they'll come infiltrate, born the people, and reproduce among you, and they got a right to vie for anything in that country. They got a right to that particular county. You can't change that. Once they start born with our children, they're already into the intermarriages happening. You cannot throw your nephew, your nieces out.
But then let grandchildren go to Burkina Faso too and start born.
So but they're already in Liberia. So they got
you know that how many unregistered ECOMOG children are in Liberia? Unregistered.
Exactly.
We have from the
Man, we got registered and you were born right there in Liberia. Our law says
no, the one that they
when you
consider
are
as second born children, they know their fathers. That's why I'm saying registered. Those unregistered, those who are they don't know
okay,
their dads.
but let's take it this way.
They're more than 4,000-5,000.
Let's take it this way. Let's take it this way. If that's one of the reasons why the guys are blowing alarm, let's say the Burkina Bees come and they born by the grandchildren, okay? Tomorrow, children will be with me. Grandchildren men can marry those things then too, that they born in. So I mean, not this poor. They're not white children, they're not great children.
If a senator come out to start complaining, election around, and those people that are born in, they are the age of they can vote. They may not like the situation.
Man, they're looking for attention, man.
Not attention. I said, look, these guys, you know what they want to come out with recent time? They also deciding to even increase the number of representatives and senators. Think on it. These guys are very crafty. So they look at it, so the number in Grand Jada now are gone up to what? 68,000.
I think we gotta move on. We gotta move on. We can't solve this problem.
No, but I mean, it's good that we discuss it, and it's very important that we look into it because they have different angle. We look at it from every angle. We look at it from the social aspect. We look at it from the aspect.
Anybody get contact with Yaya Nimle that we can invite him?
No, not can tell you anything because he didn't say anything at the Senate. So the thing is, let me explain to you. We have looked at it from the social angle. We are critically looking at it from the social aspect. We look at it from the security point. We also look at it from the how do you say that? From the level of how do you say that? The legal status. Where
but when you say Yaya Nimle didn't say anything to the Senate, nobody was interviewing you or just reporting. If he comes here, we were asking, number one, what is the security implication? Number two, what is the social implication? Why are you afraid? Even if these people, then what Paul is saying, if these people are marrying your women and born children, how does
should be happy? The people multiply your population. You're getting people, getting citizens.
That's one of the reasons why we should get
a lot of people in our county. They were fighting that. Let's get a naturalization.
Francis and Paul, you come from the southeast. Try to get this guy.
Francis did not grow. Stop bringing Francis in this thing, man. The guy did not grow in the south. The guy grew up, born in what is this thing? Ghana's grew up there.
Shoe factory.
Grew up the whole thing.
Let's move on. The time.
Yeah. Don't both this guy southeast on this guy. The guy born. You say Ghana's, then you will tell me. Then I'll let Francis speak.
Bring something up, Paul. Let's see if we can take one more again.
Yeah, I think let's take the last one.
We got two to go. We got to talk about the electricity, ma.
Yeah, okay. Guys, traditionally we have the Mount Cafe electricity dam, and then it used to be backed when we were kids by the LEC yard down water side in West Point there. Okay, so but now after the war, everything went bad. President Ellen Johnson certainly tried to upgrade it, but it was not to the pre-war standard. And since then, Liberia has been having problems to the point where we have to go to they had the grade, the power grade from I think Ghana, the Akosomo Dam coming through Ivory Coast, and then entering Guinea and Liberia. I don't know the history about it so much, so forgive me. But for those of you who know, and this is how we have been having electricity supply. But there's report coming out now that Liberia is getting its second hydro plant or its second electricity plant.
Electrical manufacturing plant.
Yeah, manufacturing plant. So what are they going to be manufacturing? To be frank, forgive me, I didn't read the story.
Yeah, okay.
So what are they going to be manufacturing?
It's just to the story is this. During the recent ECOWAS, African Summit meeting, the LEC director, the Mohammed Sherry, was there. Yeah, coming the president there, and the president was there in Kenya, which happened in Kenya. Mm-hmm. And the president had an opportunity. There's a company, it's a UK-based company called Thames Electrical Company. They produce transformers. What did they do? Transformer conductors, switch gears, and stuff. That's what they produced. So what they intend to do is it's all the way around. We've seen it different. We think it's a hydro plant. It's not a hydro plant. They want to build a manufacturing plant where they can produce these switch gears, conductors, transformers to export out of the country. That's what we want to do. So we will produce and sell it out. So this is what the contract is signed. Well, that UK-based company was in Kenya. So Liberian, you got to deal with the Liberian government. They'll come and set up the plant in Liberia and produce these electrical equipment that will be sold, whatever they can call it, components, electrical component will be sold out. We export it to outside. Like if you want, like for instance, the example,
in practice, they are not actually producing electricity for people to use.
No, they are not. They are just producing the electrical compliance, like component like transformers, conductors, switch gears, smart meters. Those I think will supply out to, will be sending out to other African countries who can buy from us. Like, we're best known for having the bleach called Colorax. We have one of the best around the world. So the factory was in Liberia. Do a match, this stuff. The matchbox. The certain thing was in Liberia, one of the best around the area. So we had
the 3-star matches, right?
The 3-star matches. The 3-star matches were the best. 3 things in Liberia were very good. The Colorax, they call it the bleach, which is Colorax. Colora, one of the best records for one of the best around Africa. Also, we had the 3-star matches. So all those came out. Other things in Liberia, those, and we also had the Oreo.
The sugar factory as well.
The sugar factory, the sugar factory, the other factory. So we were having these industries. So we're exporting it to Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ivory Coast, other neighboring countries. So this team, they call it team, a UK-based company, is an electrical company. What they would do, to come to Liberia, put a manufacturing plant, produce these switch gears, conductors, transformers, smart meters, and sell it out. That's what they're going to do.
Okay. I think that's good. That's going to provide job for the graduates in electricity from MVDC and other vocational centers around Monrovia. So these are some of the things that we think our government should be doing. Instead of the government going to go ask for a raw cash, when they send a raw cash before they reach Liberia, all now go, only the document will receive. And then the future generation.
Look, y'all stop the thing here. Who British company want to invest in a country that don't respect rule of law? Just sometimes we look at it. The government is a sweet talker government. British company that listen now. Let me finish my thought. Don't call me off. Let me finish. No, but you can't call me off. Then you made me make mistake. The fact is, the country does not believe in rule of law.
Guys.
The country does not believe in rule of law. This is a country that don't respect anything. That a British company that I know of will go to Liberia to invest heavily on doing things like that. But man, this situation, until I see that,
no.
I'm telling you, this country does not believe in rule of law. So who's gonna invest money in a country that don't believe in rule?
We got other companies. Beside our company you're talking about, we got other companies operating in Liberia. So
which other company? Which other British company? Just give.
No, I'm not talking about other British company, but
I'm talking about.
Okay, you got ArcelorMittal.
It's not a British company.
No, but
they're not a British company.
Great Britain.
They're not a British company. It's an Indian company.
Yeah. So where's the chief, the owner of ArcelorMittal? He's not from Great Britain. He's not a British citizen.
I say it's an Indian company.
No, but he's a British citizen. He's a British citizen.
He's an Indian. So I'm telling you, it got nothing to do. Look, we're being fair here.
He's a British citizen. You can't deny that. He's a British citizen. Look, and he brought a company to Liberia. What we're saying is not Great Britain. This is not Great Britain dealing with Liberia. It's a company in Great Britain.
I said this government that don't believe in rule of law, any serious investor will not put their money in Liberia. You have this company. Listen now, you have this company. Listen now, you have this company from India. But let my thought. You have this country from the company from India that take risks into Liberia. We know them, but serious companies from your country, Norway, will not want to go to Liberia because Liberia is a country that don't respect rules of law. That you invest your money, somebody will can't eat your money and it will go fiat. They won't invest in a country. So when the government come up with sweet
information, Norwegians have a very heavy presence in Liberia. In fact, they have been doing some research.
When a Norwegian company in Liberia gave one, Give me
They have been
one.
doing serious research in Wologisi Mountain and in the
Where
forest.
is the company name in Liberia? Somebody can go do
No,
research.
I don't need
They
to tell you the name, but I'm
Yeah,
telling
but
you,
there's
my
no
brother that will host on the
Norwegian
program in
company.
Forest is working one with them before. But beside that, the Norwegian went and train your police. So what we're saying here is
So
confidence.
training, my man, that different thing. You're talking about people coming to invest.
Let's not make it seem to look negative all the time. Companies can take risk. You got companies, you got a Turkish
Give
company
me
doing
one
MNG.
serious European company that took risks into Liberia. If you call one place close, that's what I was saying to you. Give me one.
Go. MNG Go.
Where's that?
MNG Go.
Yeah.
The one from Turkey.
Yeah.
The Turkey, you know that you in the EU, why they don't accept Turkey in the EU, they know there's some Arab countries.
One part of Turkey is in Europe, the other part is in Asia. So the one from they are in Asia.
Don't make the things. Turkey is an Arab country. That's the bottom line. The EU, you and the EU say don't accept them. Say that what they've been fighting years to join the EU. They not want to accept them because they're Arab.
The point I'm trying to make is that a company coming from Norway doesn't mean that Norwegian government going there. It's business people. They look for
because European companies don't take risks. That the Asian countries will take risks into Liberia.
Okay,
so
let's
you
see.
For you to make it simple for me, say, oh, there's a Kenya company want to go do the thing, but you're telling me the British people who I know, they don't let them invest their money in
that's why they reported in the news that it's a British company. That's what they told us. They told us it was a British company. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's why I say let's be patient and see if this company will not go or they will not succeed. Because it's not government to government, it's business people. Let me tell you, business people look for profit. Where they think they can make profit, they'll go there. You see, they're not going to government.
But the question I'm asking here, let's don't take Paul off the grid as well. Paul is asking you which Western countries are in Liberia right now. See where Western business. A couple of them. How many of them?
China, New York.
Oh shit.
China, hear that? Leave for that more for me.
No, but guys, I think we need some companies to come to Liberia. No, for me, my concern is about the country, the people, the citizens.
Look at the companies that are doing the minings in Liberia. They are not, they are not Western European companies. They're not American either. They're all, if it's not from Asia, it's from Turkey.
Yeah, my man, the people providing job. That's the point right there. So you prefer our citizens dying than even
the conditions are there. You see, the thing here is why you saying the conditions the company, Western company would put forward, you can't live by it because they'll give you conditions before they move into that country. And the Chinese don't care. They will tell you whatever you do to your citizen, they don't care. They'll give you the money.
Exactly.
They will just move in and do what they want to do. And they are digging this black sky like you know that.
Let's be serious here. The West team that I would believe in. Who's causing the most trouble for Africa? It's the same West.
Granted.
To control you.
No, we causing trouble for ourselves because we're not serious-minded people.
No.
That's the fact.
The West. Now we want Western country. We want Great Britain.
Probably.
If a British company can, they will tell you what to do. China here. China can say, what to.
Linford, we cause our own problem.
How?
If you don't have a proper rule of law, look, let me tell you something. Mr. Cummings said something, say the people extracting a lot of mineral from our place, but we sell our own mineral, we sell it to them for small money. They take billions out of the country. We know.
Can I ask you one question?
Ask me one question.
Now, let's bring it to the West here. The West that we think that they are so good and things. Now, Lamco established in 1958. They started transporting their first iron ore in 1961. Okay? 2 years before I was born. Now, let's go. Bomi County, or Bomi Hills, as you used to call it. Then let's go to Bombay. All the community came from the West and they were well established. What do we gain from them?
Right. Okay. Let me take that. Just you know what? You know, the thing we're talking about, you will see what happened to you. Let's go to, you heard the story of what Secretary date when the people came, the French people came, they want to exploit the Monimba. That's I heard the story when I read it some time ago, was recently, that he did not allow the French to come in to do anything because it would have sold resources for generations. So the French wanted to come and take it and go and carry the material
In
out
the
of
European country, right? France.
I come in now. They don't,
No,
you know, the
wait.
reason, yeah,
The
European
European
country.
country, right?
No, this is now coming now. The reason is up to you. Paul said it. I want to just echo that. Paul told you we need to have a rule of law and know what we are doing. Now, if we are not greedy, we're not part of rule of law. That's part they want to rip you off. You should know what you're putting forward. You should also have a system in place. They were desperate at ripping you off. They got conditions. They will tell you, treat your citizen right. Environmental issues are issues to look at. Chinese don't look at environmental issues. They give you money. What you do to your people won't do it. But even this guy ripping you off, even Englishmen or American men come and see the way you're ripping, they will say, no, this is not acceptable. They'll use it against you. But Chinese, Asian, they don't care. Whatever you do to your people, that's what Paul is looking at. All those companies come to get something out. But some are a little bit lay on the side of citizen. They want to do something for the citizen. Lanco were the Swedish company. They were doing everything. But the government said, give it to us, we'll take care of
No,
it.
we're not just Swedish company, it was American company. That's why it's Lanco JV.
Yeah, I come in now. They were American, whatever European Western company, they were telling you, you give it to me, I'll look after my people. It happened in Cape Town. Other places, King George, other places, you think the companies are not paying to the local authorities? Of course, they're getting the benefit.
So let me ask you.
So why
let
are
me
not
ask you,
they are not benefiting?
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
Jamal. The road, you and I live in Europe. You see the train track. Every train track you see car roll along it. Okay, moving all the way. So the same thing is in Liberia. When Lanco came, they built that train track and they built a road all the way from Yekepa to Pikena. Now, if you go from Ganta, or I mean not Ganta, from Sanekole to Yekepa, that short piece of road that is not even 30 kilometers, Lanco refused to pay it. They were there for over 40 years, 50 years. They refused to pay.
It's not true.
Listen.
It's not true.
Listen.
It's not true.
They all argument will come that the government say you give money, the money will do it. Why didn't Lanco say, okay, we've been giving you the money every year and you've been promising to build a road, but you are not doing it. So we're not giving the road. We're not giving the money.
It was the government fault. It was not Lanco fault.
No. You now you understand yourself. You don't understand yourself.
Wait, listen to me, Paul. If you and myself in a deal and you say, okay, my man, your portion of the deal is you're supposed to do this. Give me so amount. I give you the money, and you know the money you're supposed to take care of your house, your children. I give you the money every year. You're not doing it. Then I'll continue to give it to you. And I know that you're supposed to take care of the children. You're not doing it, and I continue to give it to you. So who am I? Am I not serving with you?
About who? What's the contract? What's the contract? You do my job for me. You can't do my job.
Exactly.
You give me money to take after my children to go to school.
I refuse to do it.
The money. My children go to school. It's my responsibility to come to your house and tell you must carry your children to school. No, you can't do that.
If you go to Lanco,
why will Paul be advocating that we should have the rule of law before the European countries can come? Because the European country come. If we agree on your theory that they're not supposed to tell us what to do, so we say okay.
No, they're not telling you what to do.
You want some sense of decency, man. Come on, that's what they want.
Just recent time, you have the president say, I don't want this guy as Speaker of the House. And then if I want to go invest in Liberia, the lawyers the government official telling me I should get 10% of my earning. So think on it. If I go invest, when something happens, the case go to court, nobody will be able to defend my company. It will go. So these are things they look at. You don't just invest in a hostile environment.
Linfa, I want to ask you a question quickly. Have you heard any time, recent times, since after the calm of the 14 Years' War, that they have caught any Western company digging, illegally digging sign in the middle of the ocean or doing any illegal mining? Any Western, European, or American company? Have you heard of that?
No.
Chinese and Asian, many. Every day. There are people are reporting it going the black sign, the taking black sign in Liberia. Yeah. Western company will not do it. Of course, they'll rip you off. Not say they're not ripping you off. They will do, but it's up to you. If you don't know what you're doing, they'll rip you off. But what they'll do, they'll rip you off with decency. They'll tell you, do your bit, we'll do our bit. If you know what you're doing, they will not rip you off. But I need to say, give it to you, whatever you do. They don't care. The Asians will give it to you, and they don't care. Whatever you
let me add on the link for talking about the Turkey company that brought container for the people to live in. Compared to the Norwegian, if you go to bone mines today or Lamco, the houses that were built, it's the same kind of houses in Norway and Sweden. Just to give you an idea, what they did, they put a system in place. They have hospitals, they have schools. Now the Turkey company, where you claim to be a European company, they brought container and they even brought their own cook and driver. Is that kind of thing you want me to believe? Western country don't do it. They will give you some little sense.
They said the boys are still doing fishing to survive. They don't even have job to do. They're telling me stop that job.
Okay, you're not go to the next topic. Our time is our enemy. No, I don't give up, but time is our enemy.
Okay, the last issue, gentlemen.
Dolly already want me not to embarrass myself, so let's move on. You see, because okay, the last topic here could be what is it? Mr. Cummings is where in Kigali, in the Rwanda capital, Kigali, attending some executive meetings of
No, it's an African summit, Reconstruction Development Summit, where the top presidents and business people are attending. It's taking place now.
Why is Mr. Cummings attending conference that presidents are attending when he's not president?
Yeah, because if you look at Mr. Cummings' role from the past, he's in it. Let me tell you something, Linfo. Mr. Cummings, if you look at Bill Gates is well protected than even the president. He got the same protection the American president because of the level of the kind of high profile person he is. So if you look at Mr. Cummings' level of profile, the job he did outside as an African and the continent of Africa, also in the West as well, he has that level of how do you say that? He got a level of respect, a level of recognition. So compared to most people from Liberia's side, I don't think somebody at that level in Liberia. There may be many which I don't know, but Mr. Cummings have gone to that level. When you talk about business, he's always in the forum. He was in Denver 2 years ago when you had presidents attending to speak on the forum when he was invited. And he also on many international boards as well. So he's at the level of though high state is a statement. There's a level you don't have to be a president. The level you has gone to is almost you equate that to that of a president. Just like that's political and that's a corporate word. So two different things. If you look at it with Aliko Dangote, the richest African man being invited on the platform, Mr. Cummings is there. That's a high profile table. So that gave him the right, the level he played. So you may not understand the role Mr. Cummings playing in terms of business in Africa. His statements is almost a gospel in the area of business. If you look at corporate world in Africa, so people need to understand that. That's why he put ambition.
I did not ask that question.
I'm just trying to go find what he is.
But I did not ask a question out of ignorance, but I asked it in a way that, with the intention that you will lay the premise for most Liberians who do not understand who Mr. Cummings is. So probably, yeah. And you see, this is a trick in journalism. You ask a question, you play what we call conscious innocent. You don't know what's going on.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did answer it. Because a lot of people will say, oh, what Cummings brings to the table, this and that. This is a man who is not president, right? And, in a kind of business forum, not only presidents can attend, but presidents are attending. So that sets the bar higher than any Joe Blow you're going to go sit down on a seat. No. So when presidents are attending and you are invited as a business executive, it means that you are all on par. Okay? So, Paul, Mr. Cummings attending this program in Kigali. How does that speak to his personality, his presence as Alexander Benedict Cummings? I mean, a Liberian, or boy born in where was he born? 0.4, and like any of us here. How does he really make Any difference?
Linford, you know, when God bless somebody with such knowledge and become a high-profile person from your country, it's a blessing. Why am I saying this? I want to quote Dada said something to us when we met him before we traveled to Germany for that ANC conference. He said his church, they were having a Zoom meeting, and he told his colleagues that I need to join a meeting, and we are supporting this person called Arizona Cummings. And this guy from Australia went and Googled his name. And then he came back to data. He said, Liberia must be blessed to have such a person with a heavy profile like that running to be president. You must be blessed. So, Linford, the guy is a high profile in the business world, no doubt about it. And look at the boards that he sit on. Chevron, big oil company, to be the chairman of that board. It tells you something. And the meeting he went to, he said it before, say he have a lot of friends in Africa. Paul Gigale, the guy from South Africa, the president of South Africa. These are people that he worked with before. So they know this guy, what he's capable of doing. So for Liberia, I think it's a blessing that this guy brings something. And look, he been seeing it. He been advising the government of Liberia on how to do things that they have never taken advantage of. You see, recent time he had a press conference with interview with OKFM, where he laid down the economic situation of Liberia, how Liberia could move forward. So we have this guy, but Liberia not seeing it. That's
yeah. You know, Linford, I'm not speaking on the partisan level here. I'm speaking on the level of the person who Mr. Comey is. I'm not speaking that because he wanted to be a president. I'm speaking for a level of somebody we don't know what we have.
Exactly.
I want to talk something about people think like corporate world and politics is two different things. Do agree 100%, but it comes to all about management. And I know a good businessman, if you put a business plan together and you put a country together on the business plan, in terms of like riots and other things, it also happen. People say, how we deal with the political upheaval or whatever. There are other things, challenges. Every leader will face a challenge. I'll bring you to a table where I'll talk about Madam Colin, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, what she brought into the country when she was a president. She brought a lot of connections. You saw that. When Ellen was the president, she every time she traveled, she came with something. Every time she traveled, she came with something. And she knew friends, she knew people. They could talk to you. You walk anywhere, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And people will come. Look, Ellen came to that country when she was president of 4 or 12 years term in presidency. How profile people came to Liberia? High profile people came to Liberia. You know that, right? This is what we're talking about. And those were coming from this, what's the lady name who was the in the American Senate, president of the press bureau, was speaker or something.
Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, yeah.
Nancy Pelosi came to Liberia. And she came with something. People can't come and go without something. Yeah. I think the wife of Bill Clinton came as well.
Hillary Clinton went to Liberia.
Right. I think also the wife of Obama came as well, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Those are people, they don't come and go. They come with something. And many other well-known people came to Liberia. You must may not know. And they came to visit. And one thing Ellen also did, anywhere Ellen go to in the diaspora, if you're qualified, Ellen will ask you to come home. She will find something for you to do. A lot of Liberians went home to get to, and they got stuck in the state there, they contribute. She got like across. You're qualified, what are you doing here? Let's go home. Let's go home. You got something, we'll find something for you to do. That was Ellen was doing. Because you're also well connected. Because of Ellen, that whole year, you could see money came to that country. People got connected. People had respect for that country. Investors started pouring into the country. And that was the good news is George Weah took it from that end. Of course, he may not have a lot of people coming to see him. Tell me on George Weah says here, high profile dignitary. Tell me one that went to Liberia. Of course he has, but probably did not invite them. All right. Those are what your company build up. So Mr. Comey coming to Kenya or coming to Kigali to attend these meetings is already a record. It build up something. So he running, even setting up in Liberia alone, bringing these people, it comes with something. So he's everything in terms of how you can build a country. Core companies coming, the man does not need money to bring in country. You just need contact to bring in those company, and just like the most popular people, like what is guy name? What is guy name? This financial person, Buffett, Warren Buffett, very good friend of Mr. Cummings. You know that. The most Liberian richest man, they call him what's it? You know his name now. He's in the US.
Yeah. Richlow Dennis.
Yeah, Richlow Dennis. Also, he's head. I think head of Mr. Cummings foundation or a board or something like that. Those contributions alone, those people make contribution, a help lot of things. So not only in politics, we look at other social aspects of the life of our people. What do we bring in? The man is capable of bringing a lot into that country. And we should not. I'm not speaking because I want to tell Mr. Cummings, because
I understand where you're coming from. You discussing the issues from broader perspectives, and if Liberians are willing to listen, they will listen. But I will say this.
Can I put a picture up of his few of his pictures?
Yeah, you can flash a picture.
Go ahead, Paul.
Okay, Mr. Comey is sitting there with people. All the guys are contemplating. They are in country, discussing. Look at, and I've always said, I don't know how people understand this when I say it. In Africa or in Liberia, for that matter, we get something we call "Who Knows You," right? So if I know Chima and I got big job somewhere, I can, through my influence, I can make Chima get something. Or if I get girlfriend, I can bring my girlfriend. My girlfriend come to me, employ my brother. Whether my girlfriend brother knows the job or not, I can employ him. That's how we do. I don't know who know you. But the way men got there, who knows you in different way. That's why the word experience comes in, number one. Number two, that's why the word reference comes in. When you apply to any, in fact, when they put an announcement, they will say you should have experience, number one. Number two, you should have what? Reference. When that reference will say, okay, I know Paul, I know Chima. Okay? But Liberia, we need no reference. All we need is I'm gonna know you and take you whether you can do it or not. Now, those of us here in the diaspora, you guys live in the UK, say you go to Liberia, you settle in Liberia, and some kind of company coming from UK, like the talking about a company that want to go there. When they come, they can Paul knows a little bit of this electronic thing or whatever, and they want to employ. Now, bring up Paul from MVDC. He knows the job like Paul, but Paul has lived in the UK. In fact, he's one of them. He knows the system. The white people know him. So if Paul and this guy go for interview and they look at a CV, you think who the British guy will get a job to? He can easily relate to Paul because Paul has been in the system. He knows it. That's how the women will do it. Who knows you? So you got a job worker. This guy have been living on Liberian government through sorry that I call the president the guy, right? But he's been living.
But he is a guy.
Yeah, okay, so guy is a man.
So we're sending you to jail, life property.
no, sorry, I take it back. But so you bring people now when they come in, let me move comments from in a picture. But bring the racial Duke guard, or racial how you call him?
Dennis.
Dennis guy we're talking about, or well accomplished Liberian, okay? And he's not the only one, there's several of them. Bring them. And this American company comes to Liberia. They want to be very resourceful. They want to get the best of what they want to do. Okay. And then you got one Joe Blow coming. You think who they'll take? The Americans will take a guy who they can easily relate to. He's one of them. They know that's human nature. I was sitting here. If I got company, I open my own company. All the boys from my village who are jobless, I will take them. I will not go grant them to go take people. Burkina Faso to come work in my company. No, I'll take so that relationship. So you kind of companies who have excelled on the international front. I mean, we should be proud of this man. I mean, not because I support him, but it would have been any other person. Liberians, you are missing the opportunity. You know, I said that every time I read when somebody put do picture up, people can start feeling sorry for do now. You know, Liberians were very interesting people, right? People say, hey, Samuel do. Okay, move do from there. Chat it up. Somebody posted chat it up picture the other day. I read all the comments. Hey, Papa, we hope you can come back. Papa, this is the man who brought war. People die, people against it. They wanted him go. Today, George Weah, then I can see people, George Weah, it was better said, so Liberian, we are interesting kind of people. We will never know your importance until when you leave the political stage. And that parable that they say, you will not know, even the dirty water in the well, you will not know how important it is until that well runs dry. So today, people are rejecting comments on ground that I know he didn't bring factories to Liberia. My friend, the people there who you elected, how many factories did they bring to Liberia? Why is it when company should bring factory? Even a company will hold heading you're doing one you're not taking, they may spend enough money in election. You're not vote for him. Even a bring factory, you're working in a factory, stay you'll go vote for the people you want. So you know, Liberian, I'm just saying this to Liberians that is for your business that we sit here and talk. If you believe in suffering and you believe that you should only suffer and suffer, well, that's your business. But you got to make a right decision. Guys, your final parting comments.
No, so I will want to close on comments and then not talk about the Burkinabe that taking our sister that getting the senator piece or so.
Man, you're so easy to your movement. You're not married your own women and putting
that's why making them vested. They talking about 40,000. So I'll not dwell on that. But on a very serious note, Liberia is blessed to have comments at this time because Liberia we are struggling for jobs. And you know, when you're talking about this British company that is in Kenya want to come to Liberia, those are the things. A company say, look, he have friends and he can bring his friends to do something. But the legal system in Liberia is damn corrupt. Based on that corruption, they need to be reformed. And this is what I was telling you. He said, I cannot bring my friends in the country when you have the system is just up and down, but you got to fix it. And then people will come. It don't have to be big, but then people want to invest their money in a safer environment. People don't invest money.
Good money, let noise.
Exactly. So if I'm from Turkey or from Bangladesh, I can invest in Liberia because I know I can change the dirty money. You see this? And then people that Samuel 12 will work with me, will call it money laundry, will clean it out there. That's the kind of people you're going to get. So on a serious note, I think Liberia missing out. And for comments to be among these people, advising them, advising their countries, how they can move economically. This is a bonus for Liberia. I think we should take advantage. So on Sunday, I'll be having Dr. George in the house. We'll dive into this Cummings visit to Kigali. It'll be quite interesting. I want the audience to follow us on Sunday. It'll be quite interesting on the bottom line on Sunday with audience with the Lord Cholote. Thank you, guys. It was a good night.
Shima.
Yeah, I forgot we need to run one of these promo for Francis anyway before we leave.
We'll do that.
We got a new promo for him coming out tomorrow. It's a new promo right now. We already been loaded.
You got it loaded?
Yeah,
it is loaded.
Quickly, on the level of the last topic, I just want to speak on Mr. Cummings' potentials, the asset we have as Liberian, which we need to make use of. And the mayor has all the I don't know how to say, all the components one would need to have to run an institution or a country. He has that. So Liberia need to give a second thought and see what they can see in him and make use of him. Probably he's not 100%. Nobody is 100%. And putting it up with some people that they think can properly run that country. We got a lot of qualified people in Liberia and outside Liberia who can make that country better. It's so shameful that I was looking at the news about the electrical plant company, the British company coming to make switch gears, transformers, and smart meters for our country after 178 years. And we are just happy to have a company investing 26 million, while other people are running 200 million, 6 billion company. We jump in making news out of those small companies are coming. And we stay struggling with, we stay crying how to clean sanitation problem is a serious issue right now. Moreover, it's still filthy. And a lot of issues are going on in the country. No company, no proper company, except like Asians company will take the advantage to come because we are in desperate need, and they will come and take advantage of us and do what they want to do. European countries come in desperate, they will rip it off. They will also set guidelines. If they come in, this need to be done, that need to be done. Rule of law need to be in place, at least not 100%. There should be some safe normalcy, some safety procedure, health and safety procedure should be in place. But those Asians will come and see and do basically, they'll jump over dirty water, those dirty places will carry on and do that business. If they can sleep on the mat with you to make their money and get it out of the country, that's what they will do. So Liberians need to open their eyes and see. We live in Europe. Most Europeans that are following us right now know what we're talking about. Those who live in the West. We are in desperate need of companies coming to the country. We'll be out those. So any company now will be in business, and we don't want to look at Europeans say they're tight. They can't come into the country. They are tight. They won't bring money in. But anyway, they will open those Asian that will come. They're not tight, but they will rip you off. They will eat the color we're eating. They drink the same $5 water we're drinking with plastic. The only thing they can do, once they can take it home, they will do it. That's another thing. So going to the issue of the Grand Gideons, what happened in Grand Gideon is a serious issue. Whether they are making cocoa or whatever they're doing in Grand Gideon, the 68,000 Burkina base in Grand Gideon to be seriously looking into. The government security network or apparatus or whatever who is responsible should really investigate the presence of those people in that country. I mean, our Liberians, we open our doors to our country, our fellow Africans to come to our country. They want to settle, but on the proper legal status, and we should monitor what they are doing in that country. Because when you talk about Burkina Faso, you gotta be knowing who you're talking about. They are very good at putting themselves together, and it can be rented as. I mean, I understand that they're exporting missionaries from one of the countries that will do so. That they are on record for that. I'm not accusing them. That's another thing. And coming down to the issue of what were they first talking about before, the Guinea-Liberian border. And the president need to tell them more that we need to know. Of course, probably he want to keep his card to his chest, fine. But it stays there. The border, the Guineans are on the Liberian soil. We need to know what's happening. And if something is there, the French, another thing we did not pick up is the French government is trying to come into Liberia. That was to sign a contract. Probably they're interested in certain part in Liberia. We don't know. When they've been kicked out of a Francophone country in Africa, they want to come to Liberia. They're turning to Liberia. What they want in Africa, in Liberia, we don't know. And the French has been very, very, they are not being very, very doing good in those Francophone African countries. That's why they push them out. Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, they have not been friendly with them. And they know what the French are very good at. They know what they have been doing in Africa. So Africa has been split to all the internal politics in Africa is the French involvement. And we are opening our doors to them. I know they're coming for something for us. And because we are desperate, we don't know what we are doing. I hope those who are making those policies know that Liberians' generation to come should benefit, not create debts and burden for them to bear. So I want to say thank you to all those who've been following us. And don't forget, we got 2 shows coming on this weekend. Tomorrow will be your story with Francis Monomensa. Now, please join him tomorrow. You'll be bringing another guest to tell the story.
You can roll that promo.
Yeah, well, after my comment, I'll roll that before Linford send her home. And the next day, which will be on Sunday, will be the Lord himself will be here, the good friend of King Charles. We'll be bringing another guest, Dr. George from USA. I think he's a global chairman of ANC. You'll be telling what ANC has in package for 2029. So if you are a sympathizer, you want to know what ANC philosophy or political philosophies are, please don't forget to join them on a Sunday. So I want to wish you a pleasant weekend. Thank you and greetings from Manchester.
Should I play the French thing?
Yeah, please do.
Welcome to Your Story, where real lives meet real truth. I'm your host, Francis Monamenza, and every week I sit down with remarkable guests to uncover their journeys that shape their lives, the struggle they survive, the breakthroughs they earn, and the lessons that can change your life. This is not just a conversation, this is your story, a life experience that goes deep, gets real, and leaves you with something to think about. long after the streams. Join us every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, live on the Bottomline Liberia. Don't just watch, be a part of the conversation, because every story matters, especially yours.
Hey, brother, you wanna know what we're doing down here? How we do, things we do, what we do.
And I love that music. And Francis, we look forward to your story coming up on Saturday. And somehow we'll be telling our stories, although our stories not too big. But guys, I want to say thank you very much for tonight's show. And just closing, I think I'll just pick two subjects to talk on, or two of the topics that we discussed. The first one is the president or the government of the Republic of Liberia should be able to enlighten us, and just telling the journalists that, oh, you know, Dumbuya called me and he asked me how is the situation at Liberia is not enough. Uh, we should go beyond that, inform the citizens about what's happening, because it is the citizens that are suffering. President, you sit in Monrovia, you don't know what's happening in Lofa, you don't know how many children are dying. I mean, how can you be displaced when you are not at war? How can you be displaced because people just walk onto your territory and took your place? That this is a part you took oath, Mr. President. You swear to the Bible that you will protect the citizens and the country. This is the time for you to show that you will actually protect us. Now, the next one I want to talk about is this. Not discuss that particular topic, but we had it on the show. Jima just mentioned it. The French getting closer to us, and this is troubling because everybody know we are petit Liberian, okay? We are small Liberia in Africa, and another power trying to get close to us. All these things, you know, it's not healthy. If we lay one side, let's lay one side. We have seen this thing with the Chinese. We've had this struggle with the mainland China and the Taiwanese business. Every time we lead to mainland China, the Taiwanese will move from honor. Or when we relate to Taiwan, the mainland China move from honor. And we've been struggling with it all the time. So we want a repeat or a replica. We don't want the French coming again. There you go. Why do you think Burkinabes, or the people from Burkina Faso saw, or the people from Mali or Niger saw with the French that they are pushing them? Even Congo is trying to do the same thing. But we the one can go in the dumper, the thing that people don't like, they throw away. We the one can go pick it off from the dumper. Let's be careful. I want to say thank you very much for you guys and or to you guys that join us. So you are welcome to come here tomorrow, Saturday. Today, Friday, Francis will be here tomorrow, Saturday, with your story. Probably he's going to have a guest tomorrow, and you can listen to the story of, you know, the reason I like to listen to other people's story is that it helps me to build my own life, because something you escaped before, but somebody passed through it, and when they explain it, you can say, oh yes, I should have done this, but I didn't do it. Maybe I still have the opportunity to do it. That's why stories or biographies of other people are very important. Most of my books that I read, they are autobiography or biographies of people, so that I can compare I put myself in a situation. But guys, it was enough. And Paul will be here on Sunday with Dr. Josh. I will definitely follow you, or I may join you. I don't know, but let's see what happens. We'll talk about that. Being close to. It was a good show. So let's go home. Nothing much to do. Let's go home just like this.